Chevy makes affordable vehicles that help you enjoy life. Enjoy endless possibilities and your new Chevy. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
They got a lady up and they close the door. About 250 people in there. They have a lady at the front. They got her spread eagle. You know what I'm saying? Which I think should be our national bird. You know?
That is. I hope you wrote that down. That's really funny.
Well, I mean, that's just what's going on. You
Yeah.
know? I appreciate it, and thanks, brother. We're not racist, or I'm not trying to be. You know, I have some flare-ups in traffic, but overall, I'm good. You know, I'm doing my best, man. I'm out here on the front lines of not trying to be, brother. And in 1994, like 70 infected monkeys got out in our town, and they literally, the police came to YMCA summer camp and let the oldest kids leave to help them look for these monkeys, right?
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I remember like guys, they had guys with like rebel flags in their truck. I'm like, it's not a racial thing, guys. These are fucking 70. These are chimpanzees and macaws that are loose around town, you know. This isn't a gang that's moved in, you know. But I remember me and a couple of other kids. I still remember having a wet bathing suit on, cornering a chimpanzee outside of a Kenny Rogers Roasters with a police officer and 3 other kids, like rah rah rah, you know, by this drive-through, and this fat elf of a woman honking at us like we're ruining her, you know, dream shake she's buying or whatever, and her f***ing cornbread, while we're trying to save our town from a, who knows what this monkey had.
From a
Maybe,
Planet of the Apes apocalypse.
yeah, maybe something had to read this. I think one day Elon Musk is going to put a magnet in the sky and they're all going to go right up there and just zoom to it and we'll be cured.
Kind of amazing, but it'll
I think it
lift
can
up
happen.
cars also.
Oh, guess what? You got to see. Hey, dude, look. Just select Toyotas, and some of them need to go. I remember the first Wigger went to our school. I told you guys that before. The first Wigger, this kid Brian St. Pierre, went to our school, and they'd never seen it before, you know, and they thought he was mentally handicapped. They put him in. They made him eat the third lunch. You know, the third lunch, a special lunch where those kids are in there. You know, they make some of their own food and they eat it. You know, to make them have a talent. And and he was in there, dude, this Wigger. So you'd have like, you know, you have like kids who really had mental illnesses and, you know, everything, all the DS and everything. And then you'd have Brian St. Pierre wearing a Charlotte Hornets pullover, dribbling an invisible basketball all day, bro. Just pump mental kids in the lunch line, bro. They'd never seen it. They thought he was mentally handicapped just because he wanted to, you know, play with the brothers.
What are the words, can you reveal what are some of the things that women can say to direct you in different ways?
Yeah, higher, lower, more pressure, less pressure. Can you go a little faster, please? Can you go a little slower, please? To the right, you know, to the left. Now slide. Now slide. No. And that was a joke I did use one time in the thing. And it got a couple people to laugh, and one lady even farted a couple people over when I did. I realized yesterday, how weird is this? Tell me if this is racist or not, dude. Because you're the closest thing we've had to a black guest in a while, dude. Is the U.S. postal system basically just like giving mail to a black guy and hoping it gets where it's supposed to go? That's what I feel like, bro. Do you like the cooking shows? I don't watch any of that.
Happy Monday. How's it going?
Okay, I'm watching somebody cook while I'm laying there hungry, bro. What is this, Guantanamo Bay?
You can be fed and watch it.
Yeah, but still, that just seems outlandish, bro. I'm not that lazy.
Okay, all
you
right.
know? I'll pop a 10 milligram just to hit
What
the
does Cialis
streets.
do?
Just makes you feel a little bit of fluff, you know?
No, but I mix up Cialis with...
They're all the same.
Are they?
Yeah.
All the antidepressants?
Oh, no. I mean, this is an antidepressant for sure.
Cialis do?
Erection.
Really?
Makes you stout.
Okay. I thought that was Viagra.
Gives you that friar tuck, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
bro?
Who?
That bow staff.
Please don't call me bruh.
Sorry,
Thank you.
young lady.
Okay, thank you.
Not little lady, though.
This is a lady. I have a lot of rules.
No.
For someone that's sleepy, I have a lot of rules.
And then after that, they had a comedy room near me. This gentleman had half a limb. And he was...
Which limb?
He missed a part of his leg, I think. Or he said he was. So he could have been faking it.
CGI or something?
I don't know what his name was. I mean, it was a CGI. It was a white dude.
Okay, yeah.
I could see you having a beautiful mullet, though. And I think you. Yeah, I really could, man. And I think it's time, man. I think it really would inspire you to feel like a different person. And make these guys do them, dude. Make these whites in here, bro. Then have everyone, and even the fucking gooks in here too, right? Huh? Yeah, some of the. I don't know who a gook. I don't know who is a gook, but yeah. yeah.
No
It
idea.
came out smoothly, bro. Yeah.
I wonder how Honeybook can help grow my business.
Very good. Like you said that word before, bro. I mean, I've said it. I just don't know who it's at. That's the problem, dude. That's the problem. That's really the benefit, you know. But I'll tell you why the bro, because you know, my people. I don't know if you know my people, but you know, I don't know who's Steve. Yeah, but Steve, yeah, and also a billion other people. Oh, damn. Yeah, that's a bit, bro. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people sleeping in the airport. But before Bieber, some fool in China or whatever said, "This mushroom good haircut. Everybody gonna wear these, right?" And it was some sort of government laws. So now everyone's got a bowl on their head. Click, 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 right? And they all look like ghetto fuckers and whatever, right? Where at? In China, in Asia, wherever, bro. You never see those haircuts. It's only when the K-pop stars started going crazy with the rooster hairs, maybe he tried to change it, you know? You should testify this in the impeachment hearings. This makes no sense. It would fit right in, bro.
On C-SPAN.
What do you think? Anybody go on C-SPAN, dude?
Yeah, I think either go mullet or just commit to your roots.
Yeah, dude, you look like Yoko No, bro. You gotta do something, dude. I never call Yoko No, bro. Bro, you gotta do a Last of the Mohicans spoof, dude. It's just you in the woods, bro. Looking for something. I got a brother too, and he was hard to love. Now he's a little easier to love. You guys fight? No. Oh, one of us hit the other one with the chair once when we were young. Oh, real? What was that? I don't know. One of us was wearing a disguise, so I don't remember who was who. Oh. But it was violent. It was like one of the most violent things that ever happened to me. What, it was a nice chair. It was an antique. People were throwing rocks at us. There was this kid's. Well, there was this one kid definitely. Something was wrong with him. I mean, nothing's wrong with him by our standards. Something's not. You know, God didn't put him down here at 100%. You know what I'm saying, if you will. And but him and some other kids were throwing.
Charged.
It might not have been rocks. It might have been shale stone, but it was still hard enough. It's hard to when people are throwing rocks at you. It's like the Middle East, you know?
in a...
It's like the Gaza Strip. Which for a while, when I was
I tried to commit suicide. I tried to OD on a bottle of Theragram M. You know those
What is that?
vitamins?
Vitamins?
Yeah, I tried to OD on vitamins.
And what'd you get? Just better?
I just fell asleep.
Damn.
What did you get? Better?
I was thinking like vitamins to seem like.
They didn't have Oxycontin.
You ever crack that joke about the suit from Spencer's Gifts?
What?
Oh wait, I forgot about that.
What?
Well, my dad bought me that Beetlejuice suit. Oh, dude, my dad had to get me, I didn't tell Nick this, my dad had to get me a suit for a funeral, and it was like around Halloween or something, and my mom was out of town, so he bought me like at a Rite Aid or something, got me like a Beetlejuice costume, right?
I remember this is the first time we've like really talked since I've seen you in a while.
Yeah, and we laughed about that in the parking lot.
I was dying.
Yeah.
Like, what's that spider in your pocket?
I remember leaning down at the coffin, and it had a knife in the back of the...
And the guy got murdered.
Yeah, and the guy... You were like risky moves. Oh my God, I'm so glad. You are a great joke
You
writer.
gotta make that up.
Because you just, that was
You gotta
such
make that a bit.
I did it one time and people laughed and I totally forgot
Why would you
about
forget? I love that fake burn holes.
it. Oh, yeah. Had a flower that squirted.
She raised your arms as cobwebs.
Even one of the arms you raised, you know, would play the themes from Addams Family. Dun, 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 dun. I don't think we can top that. Dude, you look Guatemalan, bro. You come in.
Boy.
How dark you going, dog? You're trying to get the black. Bro, you're trying to get diversity on lock, bro.
I start firing on my minority.
Yeah, dude.
I got this covered, boys.
Yeah, you start wearing one of the Coming to America hats. I saw some guy in one of those today, dude.
Some people tell me I look like Ben Affleck. Some people tell me I look like Ben Stiller. There's a big difference.
You look like Ben better, I know that.
Yeah, dude. So I
Sorry, Rob.
yeah.
You look like somebody who's in performance enhancing drugs to swim. That's what you look like.
Dude, you look like Rhea Perlman.
Do I really?
You got Rhea Perlman hair.
She's talented.
She is down. Bro, Cheers is a good show. Sometimes I feel like CBS is my Cheers because I'm always getting STD.
But wait, I wanted to talk about orgasmic meditation because I got into that for a while. I wanted to talk about some other things, but we're gonna have to do it at a different time because.
Do you know it?
What do you want in grad school? A school with forward momentum.
What to do, OM?
I was in there.
You got it, and
I was in, yeah. I was in for like 6 months. Oh, dude, I got bit by a Bichon up in Topanga Canyon touching some lady, yeah. And it was all sanctioned. This was sanctioned, by the commission or whatever. This was legal. Chris has a lot of money, bro.
He does.
Dude, I was somewhere with him, and I've said this before, where a table was uneven, and he took like $800 and folded it up and put it under the table to make it even. Just so he could enjoy his coffee. And I think when a woman is 30, that you guys start to get that, that leaky faucet syndrome where they always want a plumber to be around, we're like, you know what I'm saying? The faucet's always asking for a plumber.
it's constantly a leaking.
I really feel like I grew up in the stray animal belt of Louisiana, and they don't really have this anymore because everybody has pets now. But they had a long time where there was just, I felt like thousands of strays running around. Like Joey Diaz says he got bit by animals. I got jumped by a bunch of cats on my birthday once. Dude, I'm not even joking, dude. And one of them, I swear to God, some of them got me on the ground, and one of them came off of a rooftop from next door. I swear to God, I still remember a couple of them were getting me and looking back and seeing one come from something in the air. And they had tons of stray animals I was from. You had to infuse that in everything you did, wherever you went, or if you were going to play ball. Cats. And that'll make you feel like a little bitch too. I mean, first of all, your dad's dying, and now there's cats.
Because I would not date a single comic for the rest of my life. And that's a fact.
Look, I could get a new job. I could easily open up a bouquet shop.
Okay.
I could sell bouquet. Easily. Yeah. Well, we did a bunch of mushrooms, and we didn't, I don't know, we weren't really in the race or anything, but at one point we took over a table. Somebody had a table where they had all the cups of water, and we took it over right in the middle, and I'm just flying on mushrooms at this point, dude. I'm looking, the Lord's looking for me, and I'm looking for him. We're gonna meet up that
How's it
afternoon.
going? Good morning.
But and people were running by in this race, it's tens of thousands of people in this race, and when they get close, someone would try to get the water, and we'd be like, no, it's for Asian people only. So you had so many people, and they're running. They have to keep going. There's a huge flow of people. They can't argue or discuss it.
Right.
And you'd be like, oh, it's Asians only. And they're like, and they just keep on
Passing out with dehydration a quarter mile down the road.
all these Irish people standing up at the curb at the next turn, just from boom. And all Asian people were just so happy.
Super
bro.
hydrated.
Oh yeah, just flying, bro. It was just so bizarre, though.
Such a great choice.
Dude, we died. We laughed for so long. We just sat there. Somebody had deserted their stand, bro. You know what I'm saying? This guy with Gilbert.
Yep.
He's my sidekick. He's He's the Jason Priestley of style. Can you see it a little bit?
Yeah.
The Jason Priestley of style. Well, dude. Look, bro. In the baptism, dude, I freaking still remember, dude. I remember taking a couple extra sips when I was under that water, bro. You were like, oh yeah, dude, I'm staying down there. Oh wow, Bobby met this girl probably online. Because he didn't go out and do anything. Because that's the only reason I thought that. I thought either that he must have met her online, or he got like I don't want to say like a Postmates or something, but he got a Postmates when he showed up. He got hella lucky off a burrito. Like, that's what I was thinking. And whenever I see groups of black African American, what do you call it, black? I say black friends or urban gentlemen. Yeah, urban, my land, or the first 48. That's what I say. Yeah. Oh, dang.
I was like, okay. I thought you were going to put me in a headlock. You make me bath salts.
Bath salts are... I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we're going to do the right thing with bath salts.
Okay, I'm just saying, because...
Yeah, maybe she's trying to get rid of me.
Yeah, somebody will,
I never thought about it. I'm gonna call her.
yeah, man, that's swimmer's myth, they
That's
call
it.
it.
That's it.
That's nothing.
That's some hardcore stuff.
It's just, but I remember at certain areas they just had so many bees. Like I would say tens of thousands of bees.
Yeah.
And
Well, you guys were events canceled because of bees.
oh, I would say kickball games ended early. I would say lunches ended early.
No way.
One kid, a bee went up his nose, and that was
That's not
horrible. And they had to get this before that. I think they had the EpiPens or whatever.
Oh, so this kid was allergic too?
Yeah, or I don't know if he was allergic, but he was one of those kids who their skin was real clear looking, you know,
Yeah. Yep.
like one of those kind of premature baby kind of.
Translucent,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
like-
trans kid. Or lucent kid, I don't know what they
Yeah, I
call
think
them.
they're both lucents.
Yeah, one of those lucents, dude. So they got, For my mom, she would get mad that my dad wouldn't spank us. Of course, he's 76 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't really have the physical acumen to be out there swinging paddles. So she would make him chase us around the house, right? Which is so easy to get away from a 76-year-old. Alarmingly easy. So what we would do is we would go under the bed, and then my dad would like get a belt and he would like get down to the floor. It would take him 30 seconds to get down on the floor, right? We'd be under the bed like screaming like we were scared, but dying laughing. And then he would like stroll the belt under the bed, like kind of swinging at us, and we would scream as if we'd been hit, even though we'd not. We were literally covering our mouths like just with laughter, you know. We had to pretend like we were getting spanked.
Chevy makes affordable vehicles that help you enjoy life. Enjoy endless possibilities and your new Chevy. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Dunkin's $6 meal deal. It's a big deal. You get a medium iced or hot coffee, sausage, egg, and cheese, and 6 toasty hash browns. It's the biggest deal on breakfast. Dunkin's $6 meal deal.
So my mom in the next room would be like, "Oh, they're getting spanked," and then she would cut him some slack, you know. Close. Dude, I used to have those buzzer underwear, bro. They put these underwear on you. When the urine would hit them, a buzzer would go off. Oh my god! I'm not joking. Look them up online. This ain't no joke, bro. So I went to my grandparents. My mother didn't tell them that I had these, right?
I'm really hoping these are a real thing and not just like a torture device your parents put on you.
Not at all,
They
bro.
made by themselves.
This doctor gave it to us, dude. This dude was a bona
What's like
fide.
Google?
This dude was a bona fide doctor. So we went there. I got the electric pants on, dude. You know.
What's like Google?
I'm getting my rest. Probably, buzzer underwear for urinators. Or Google buzzer underwear for urinators. So then, but he didn't tell my grandfather, right? So they had a small house, bro, a little bitty house. So my fuck just bug, like he wakes up middle of the night, dude. I'm buzzing.
You're on fire?
I'm not on fire, but I'm buzzing hard, bro. Because I'd had apple juice, man, and I piss big on apple juice, dude. I spray out on the AJ. So I'm in there just buzzing, dude. I didn't know.
God.
And he came in.
They
He
still
didn't,
got it?
yeah. Would you rather be blind or dickless, dude? These days, probably dickless, I think. I had a blind kid in my neighborhood when I was growing up, and actually, no, this dude was deaf, actually. And they beat him up for doing bad magic, because he was always doing all of this. But people thought he was doing magic with no tricks, and they beat him. So, I actually used to do it. I had a deal where we used to, I remember selling, I got caught up with this outfit where we were tattooing guinea pigs and selling them after Green Day concerts, man. Selling them out to the concerts.
They shave them and they tattoo them?
Yeah, these dudes would shave and tattoo them, $25. They would sell them because people was coming out of there on ecstasy, and they wanted warm animal. $30, $25. You get an animal in a bag.
Warm animal?
Right.
Genius. For
Yeah.
eating, petting, squeezing,
Friendship.
sleeping.
You am, you're out of raving. You've been out raving.
For friendship. People want to
What do you think most people buy them
I
for?
thought maybe put up their asses or something.
No, not a guinea pig.
Maybe.
Nobody's putting a guinea pig up their ass.
Yeah,
Not
you
an
pervert.
enough.
Pervert for friendship. Who the goddamn, I'm like, is that a guinea pig tattoo with Green Day on it? I'll take 2, man. It's kind of genius because what you just said is that, when you're done raving, you might want a warm animal. You want a warm animal.
Well, some people, if you don't have somebody and you get out of the rave and you're on the drugs and everybody's out
On
there,
the drugs.
you're not gonna, what are you gonna get? You gonna just lay there by yourself with your hands?
Yes! I mind you. They're hatching guinea pigs who are shaved.
Well, you're gonna brush your cream. You probably have like a Gatorade or something. Don't do all of that. You gotta have somebody there with you.
You're just gonna drag your fingertips across the palms of your hands.
Yeah, like this over and over
Now, don't
again.
be weird. When you can have a tattooed warm animal in your hands, and don't be weird. My tattoo warm animal shaved. They tattoo on the guinea pig.
Just something basic, like a
Nolan?
star or like they had like this Marilyn Manson type of hat, basically like a top hat kind of thing, or just something that was
Weird
it's three or
shit,
four
bro.
things, almost like those Christmas cookie maker things?
Yeah.
Almost something like that, like basic.
Poor little guinea pig must have been traumatized because that's needles on its skin. He's like, I don't want to be jumped into your biker gang.
Dude, if you believe that guinea pigs have that much intuition and feeling. I mean, the bottom of the pig chain. You know, once I started growing my hair, first of all, because people were like, oh, people don't like gay from where you're from, and I was like, we've been wearing women's haircuts since I was a kid. Okay? Cannot
We've been
imagine.
cross-dressing
Do
forever.
you know how many lesbians I've sat next to and got my hair cut? Growing up? Countless, dude,
That's
at least
amazing.
9. At the lunch table, we get some kids who were males, or a couple of them might have been males, and a couple kids that were well, you know, we get there and sit them to make them drink milk, and then tell jokes and do stuff until one of them just blew milk out of their face, you know? And if you get some straight up, just a couple males, boy, some straight up sawing off humans, you get them, dude, you get them for straight up blow leche out their nose, dude. That's America right there. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And that's when I knew, I was like, oh, I got some kind of a gift here, you know? I almost blew the throat out of this one boy. I almost blew the throat out of this one boy named Tot, T-O-T was his name. Kind of a bad name too, to be mentally challenged. But also easy for him to spell. And, I'm not joking, that's what his father said. And, easy for him to spell backward and forward. Same name, Tot.
Good morning, good morning.
That's true, man.
How we doing?
His name is Tom.
Why are you so laughing at him?
It's just a funny sounding name, that's all. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you're right.
Yeah,
It
so
was
what-
pretty
yeah,
funny,
what
I
is
guess,
this guy?
Todd.
Yeah, well,
You know,
let's talk
Todd.
about Todd.
Sometimes even just say T-O-T was his name, but I knew it was Todd.
Yeah.
He would try to spell it out, you know, like he was tricking me.
There weren't that many female comics like when I started. Like now, there's like a ton, but
No.
I felt like
It
I
was like
had
you, Barry Sobel.
Judy Tenuta,
Yeah.
Phyllis Diller.
No, there weren't as many.
So to a gay man would be fun because there's a feminine energy to him that would be like almost like having a girlfriend.
Oh, it's the
kind of thing.
largest Pomeranian you can have if you're a woman. Is a gay husband. Yeah. A guy used to tell us, right? He'd give you $30 just to tell you he'd been jerking off. This older dude. I remember when I was young. He used to say that. I'd be like, look, I'm going to tell you something, all right? And he'd be like, all right. And he'd say, I've been jerking off. Give me $30. No, and then he would give us $30 to keep quiet. Because we were children, but he wasn't supposed to be saying it to us.
Oh, he paid you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not paying him for it. It's okay. I don't give a fuck. I assumed that when I met him. But here was the thing, though. I never even got to this, dude, was that, so my sister, one time, we lived together for a while, right? And this is probably about 8 years ago. She had this other dancer that worked with her came over to our place, right? Stole our vacuum. She was on these Klonopin.
When you're in the thick of a project, Harbor Freight is the place that...
And everything, and then she got all fucking, you know, warm under the skin one night on them pills and fucking stole our vacuum, you know?
As you do.
I wasn't there when she stole it, but literally I could picture her probably trying to put it in her purse, you know? Like the stick end in the purse and the fucking huge vacuum hanging out, right? Dude, fast forward, year and a half, right? I'm not even living with my sister anymore. I'm in New Orleans for a bachelorette party or somewhere, or Baton Rouge somewhere, or a bachelor party. They got a big money deal, right? They wheel in one of those cakes where the women pop out, like the fake cake, and they pop out and they dance, right? You know, one of the chicks that pops out, bitch that stole my vacuum, bro, right? So everybody else, I have no idea. I totally forgot about this. Oh, everybody else is tipping these bitches and fucking, you know, shaking both of their ass cheeks at the same time, you know, with each hand, you know, like they're, you know, like doing it really fast.
Vote for me.
Yeah, like vote for me with both hands.
Yeah, vote for me.
And here I am in the background, and all I can think is that bitch stole fucking vacuum, dude. Bro, I had half of a nerve to just the whole time just make vacuum sounds in the back, just like. I was so pissed, bro.
What'd she do when she saw you?
Huh?
What did she do when
She acted like she didn't know. And that's the thing I don't like about people, I guess, that steal vacuums is when they see you, they act like you don't fucking remember. Like, I'm not gonna remember you stole a vacuum from. I wasn't on Chronicles. I wasn't on Somas, you know?
How do you get away with a vacuum? Like, doesn't someone, if I was in an apartment building and I saw someone who was on like Klonopins with a vacuum just running down the stairs, unless you
Well, it's half of America. It's half of the neighborhood around here.
Why can't they give you a vacuum? I mean, if you can't go to my house with a vacuum, what can I give you? A small 15? I was gonna say at least 30. It's like no, I can't. I don't know. What if it goes kaput after they go down the block? I'm no fucking mechanic, but I know there's a little fuck in there. And when you hit something up, the belt breaks. Like I used to have a Kirby vacuum, and they come with a package of the belt. I couldn't do it. Like whenever the vacuum broke, my mom would take it off and put the vacuum on. Yeah. You gotta unplug it, and the vacuum will suck your fingers in. So nice to you.
What kind
Have a great
what kind of Cuban can't fix a vacuum? That's what I want. Undeniably cute. Bobby
So
probably.
cute.
Bobby, it's crazy. Even Bobby versus a black baby, I picked Bobby. And that's wild. You don't use a black baby.
Black babies are the cutest,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Paper rocks black baby. Black baby wins every time, dude. But you do paper Bobby black baby, dude. Bobby beats black baby sometimes, man. One time, the only game I ever went to for the Lakers was when Kobe scored 81 points. That's the only game I've ever been to in my whole life. And I shared like a bowl of peanuts in like some fancy club lounge. It was for players only, I think. And then I got a picture of Chris next to Chris Rock by the bathroom. And he was not happy about it. And I made his wife take it. I asked his wife to take it. Didn't make her do anything. This isn't a Me Too. Who did we have? We had this dude named Brian Purvis, the first wigger ever, you know, and they don't have him anymore. They have a couple left, I think, outside of maybe Cincinnati. Yeah. But he was like the first white kid that ever wanted to be black, and they'd never seen it before. And they put him in mentally handicapped classes because they thought he was mentally handicapped. Mentally challenged.
Is that what they used to do with wiggers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't know. They'd never seen it before.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they put him in there.
Wow.
So they had people that were really, you know, people that were just, you know, didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Deaf people, blind people that were, you know, freebase victims, all kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you just had Brian's Purvis just dribbling an invisible basketball. Just wearing a Charlotte Hornets pullover, starter pullover, Apex, and just blowing them in. Yeah. Like, oh man, what he had is
Is Brian still in the institution or is he out?
no, he's got somebody sent me a picture of him the other day. I think he's in prison somewhere as a jail or in or out of jail. But
Yeah.
I wish him well. He's a nice kid. He still looks the same. Had nice eyes. I heard that he had pretty eyes for a young fella that had a rare disease, you know.
Yeah.
But he was one of the wildest looking. Because people didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Science doesn't know.
Yeah.
And he was just, you know, nothing was wrong. He was just, you know, he bought Shaquille and he was rap out and he just watched Space Jam all the time. And he listened to Boys to Men and he just rap it up. Once you popped up into like rabbits, I was like, oh my God, bro. What happened? I hate crime over gay. What happened? I saw some images and you had like a kind of a V-cut dress.
Yeah.
And it was like about, you know, 10% of titty on each side.
Yep.
Like gleaming out.
Yeah,
You know, just
leave it.
you get out, boy.
Yeah,
Just
I
glow
brought it.
around the side, you know.
I feel like I'm calling for love, and I wanted to know how you work. I feel like it's happened for you. Stilettos.
Okay, call them stilettos. One, I call them organ keys. I am a healthy 6'1".
Oh, nice.
Recently been tested, totally chill on the upper one.
Oh, well, that
We're coming to Louisiana, and our town's famous. Lee Harvey Oswald went to our middle school. Pistol Pete Maravich lived and died in our town.
Really?
Two good shooters, that's the joke that I use off of that. I think I just thought this was the only way, and I did hair, you know. And I just,
did hair.
I spit into her hair.
Got it over it.
Yeah, and I'm not, I mean, this is just, when I look back on it now, I'm like, this is the only
Now
way.
you love a woman you spit on their front side. Yeah. So you weren't that
Now I'll just lick under their chin.
You were close. Is that okay?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
If
fine.
I
How's it going? How's it going?
I would not be able to stop laughing for like.
This is Buick. Now. Buick. Exceptional by design. Get 0.9% APR on these Buick models. Plus
45 minutes.
It's called the Virginia Mud Trail. Have you heard about that? It's okay.
I thought it was the Nantucket wine tasting.
Yeah, it's different now. That's when you had a grape.
Nantucket sleigh ride intersects with something licking your.
Yeah, that's when you eat grapes out from under somebody's arm. I think. And that's Marina Del Rey wine tasting.
Yo, Mom!
Hey, John. How are you? Good, huh?
Good to see you.
Let's bang with our words, huh?
Right.
So.
Do a little bit of. He was so old that.
Yeah, he was so like the kids at school be like, my dad can beat up your dad, and I'd be like, your dad has more organs than my dad. But my dad used to bang your grandmother, and it was true because there was a girl in my elementary school class who my dad used to hook up with her grandmother in the early 30s.
Back to the secret, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My dirty little secret. And one time I was with my boyfriend and I had put deodorant on and he, I guess, licked, or his mouth was on something, and then I kind of opened my eyes and I just saw him go.
Yeah.
I was like, you know when you get deodorant in your mouth, like it's such an unmistakable consistency.
Oh, definitely, dude.
Is it like part of your tongue like goes numb?
Oh, that's called that's called the
That's not called.
I think it's called a Hartford back alley. Yeah. That's out of Connecticut. That's at Hartford back alley. And you actually lick a girl's armpit and deodorant in your mouth, you know?
And like, you know how it's like gets real dry?
Oh, yeah.
Like on your tongue?
Oh, because it's an antiperspirant. So it takes all the moisture out of your tongue.
All of a sudden you just got that like sandpaper on the tip of your tongue. And I saw him because I remember he did it and I like squinted just to look over to see if he was there. He was like,
My buddy used to do that when his grandmother would be too loud. He put a little bit of deodorant on her tongue.
no, he didn't.
Yeah, he did have her quiet down a little bit, and she didn't mind it. I don't think it's a little bit of attention. But one thing I want to say is this. So, first of all, which put you out of my dating class, I like a motel. You know what I'm saying? I like thin windows. You know what I'm talking about? I like it when a truck goes by. You fuck what type of truck it was, just from the Morse code of that window rattle. You know, you know, I like that thing. I like a couple of flies in the room, you know. I like when you come in, you already have roommates. You just don't know where they are. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
Actually, there's a good line
dirty
here.
hole. 6 and 4, baby.
Who got 6
Blazers.
and 4? What, is
No,
the
that
6
was
the
our
loss or the
schedule.
win?
6 is the
We're gonna
wing.
hang
We'll
out
do the
for a
wins
little while
first.
here
Okay, got
today.
it. 6 and 4. Got it.
Yeah, 6 and 4 baby Blazers, dude. And one of our players had to quit at 12 because he got a woman pregnant, dude.
At 12?
Yeah, and it was a black guy. And
A
some people
woman
were
or a
thinking it wasn't,
girl?
It was. He got a girl.
How was she?
They were in love, I guess. They were children, you know.
Yeah.
She was probably 16.
Because he wasn't trying to get her pregnant by spitting on the back of her neck. He did it great.
I have some tickets. I guess I ran out. Thank you.
Hotel. And he comes to the gate. And he's talking.
Alright, now it's time to just chill out and take a nap.
You know what I'm saying? A little temper.
I'll be here, but I'm gonna be chilling out for a little while.
It's not beyond the stomach thing. He lost all the weight. And he was a different person. He wasn't the same. I don't know. It wasn't the same. Our relationship was never the same as when he lost when he lost the
I'll
weight.
keep the
Well, no
sound
worries.
on.
Keep doing this. In a little bit, we're gonna do an Aziz Ansari act down in case like we're at the same place and
Okay.
you have to rest. You know.
Is she on Tylenol PM?
She wasn't.
So
We can
she's
take that part
22
out.
and she's smarter than
But
I
being
am.
22 is like being on Tylenol
Basically the
PM.
same thing.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's the Tylenol PM of age. But no, we will do a thing in a little bit where when this time on him sets in more, where how a man should behave around a woman.
A woman who's intoxicated.
Who wants to rest.
I almost said incarcerated. It's starting to kick in. It's
And make sure you get
in.
one of those right, because the intoxicated role play and the incarcerated role play.
Very different role, different orifices, right?
Totally different. Yeah. Well, you're
Like
tall too. It's not fun trying to tall girl, really, honestly.
Oh no! Really?
I mean, here's the thing. I come in, I'm that fucking Polish bad boy. I roll in at 6 feet, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm that Polish Nicaraguan. I'm that, I roll in at that.
Chevy makes affordable vehicles that help you enjoy life.
Just that basic height, and so, and it's hard. It's definitely, you have to have a little bit more of a plan. You got to really want to flip that idea.
The Theo strain?
That strain, boy.
The strain,
Yeah.
dog.
Makes you it'll cure Down syndrome, bro. I beat it.
How you beat it?
There was a lot of rumors in my town that I beat Down syndrome.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's inspiring, man.
Well, that's how I felt when I heard them, because I didn't start them. And that's one of the things that's beautiful about sometimes being in a small town is, it doesn't take long for you to hear yourself. The best joke I ever heard, some guy said, I don't even know who said it, he said, when I masturbate these days, it looks like two white guys getting out of a submarine.
Hunt for the Red October.
And I thought that was the best joke ever. Here's one of my favorite jokes. What's the last thing you want to hear when you're giving a blow to Willie Nelson?
What?
I'm not Willie Nelson.
That's a good
I don't
one.
know who told me that. But God, that's a good joke, man. I hate that.
You think?
I mean, there's just more. I mean, not in like a, if I know, you know. But if I just see you, dude, walking by, yeah, dude.
More than you?
Oh, dude. I'm like, who's this? Or you look like a mechanic from Nordstrom Rack, dude. That's the problem, dude. You're like, damn, I didn't know Nordstrom Rack did tires, This dude looked like a fuck. Yeah. Yeah.
Hooking up with one of these guys, and I'm like, you idiot. You get to hook up with me right now? I don't do this all the time. I don't hook up.
Yeah.
And I just but I was feeling so great that night, and it was such a fun night that I was like, I deserve this. I deserve to get fit tonight. And so
I'm taking it behind the bowling alley tonight.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Break out the buckets of gravel in the distance. Let's party, dude. Fire away.
Rocks ready.
Fire away.
That's amazing. Yeah, I'm not totally sure how it comes together,
There's no plan.
What the pomade situation is. If anything, I'm so curious if there's a dry shampoo or is there an LA Looks gel?
Shampoo.
Is this a hot oil? Is there a
It might be a VO5.
Is there a glue gun involved? I'm just not sure.
Oh, it's all, but the bag is all them up at Michael's Crafts.
There is a very mysterious process involved in it. Can people touch it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's pettable, dude. And so many fucking raccoons come out when I'm out inside my yard. I'm not even joking, dude. There's so many.
Dad?
Oh yeah. We didn't have a lot of Asians, man. We had there was a rumor of an Asian when I was first.
What was his name?
I'm not sure.
What was the rumor?
The rumor was, and I've talked about this before.
Yeah.
I've talked about this before. They had a rumor that there was an Asian kid, right? And this is after, because we got a Latino kid. We got a Latino kid.
Not a family, just one kid.
Congratulations. One guy. Nicholas was his name, and he had a little bit of light facial hair.
Nicholas.
Everybody was fired up about that. There was a lot of rumors and stuff going on around about that. Because people had never seen that with children, It's like,
Would be light hair on the face?
yeah, like this.
Yeah.
People are like, he's trying to grow a sideburn on his chin.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, cool, Theo.
you want shampoo?
No, I'm wearing Gucci Flora.
Oh, whoa, a showboater, huh? I was just hoping you had a little bit of Garnier Fructus in there. Get up in that. 30-pound bag of hamster, that's, because there's not as much meat, there's very little bone in a hamster, bro. A ham probably has like a quart, like an eighth of an ounce in his chest plate, bro. You can't even make a wish on their bones, There's nothing in there.
Where do you get all those hamsters from?
Well, they breed them in our town. I used to work for this group. They used to sell tattooed hamsters and guinea pigs after,
They tattoo them?
yeah, they used to brand them at concerts and raves. They would say it's tattooed just to make people not be as sad about it. But it was a brand, bro. A brand, bro. Of what? But like Heat and Ink, bro. For what? Like, what did it say? 311, Green Day, anything like of different bands that would come to town. Toadies. That's right, bro. Toadies, Acid Bath. Who else? Raves. Bro. We used to truck these hamsters into the city and just vend them, bro. We did, man. Because there wasn't much work in our town, dude. You know, you had to get what you could get. They had a man that bred hamsters, and then they had to do the tattoos, and they met up. That was a merger. That's big business, you know. And they started
A merger?
They started doing it.
Man, I got this 300 miles from my house and shit. Like I was like, you know what, man? I'm a pretty good tattoo artist.
That's Louisiana.
And that's a merger is formed.
This one girl I knew.
Other consultancies work around you. At West Monroe, we work with you. Overcomplicated strategy, it's so overrated. West Monroe, clear action, lasting impact.
Just imagine, you're smarter, future hope, or one.
Like there was so much squirting sometimes. Like I would like check to see if she was okay. Like it was like, it was almost biblical, you know. A couple of chapters of it. It was just like this is, you know. I felt bad. Like the cat would come around because he thought I'd cut the faucet on him. Like just kind of like. The first Asian I ever saw. Well, I saw some drawings, right? I remember definitely seeing a lot of drawings when we were kids of Asians because they're easy to draw. So a lot of kids would draw Asians, right? After that, true story, the next Asian I ever saw, the closest real Asian, was that picture in the Guinness Book of World Records when there's like an Asian, like 17 Asian kids on a bicycle. Remember that one, the famous picture?
Yeah. That's it?
No, that was just the first. I was like, holy shit, look what they can do, you know? And it made me like, but it made us do cool stuff on our bike and like see what we can do. And then there was a rumor when I was about 14 that there was an Asian boy. There was a rumor there was an Asian boy about 17 miles away from us. And me and two of my buddies, one of them had a bad neck. His fella had a pretty bad, you know, that fifth appendage of the neck. People don't think about it. You got to strengthen it. And his was real lean, barely hold his head up. He almost had to walk around like this and also hold his head up with one of his arms. But he and I and another kid got together and decided we want to go see this Asian, you know, this real Asian.
Right, yeah.
So we saved up money to cut grass for about 6 weeks and saved up money to get a taxi.
Just to see this guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Went to Slidell, Louisiana to go visit him. And
you just went to his house?
No, it was the address that we got.
Oh, how'd you get this address?
Dude, you can get information.
Okay. Okay.
And this is back before the internet too. So this is when you'd ask around.
Yeah.
And then guess a little. And we went to see him and tried to go see him, but it was just a Chinese food restaurant.
Oh, he's a Chinese guy.
It wasn't a real Chinese person. It was just I think some kind of white people in hats, and it was like I don't know, it might have been like a Mexican Jewish guy running it. Girl in our town, we locked this big girl one time. We ate some acid, and we locked this big girl into a room at this party, and we kept going in there with some warm water. I poured it on. I feel bad. I feel horrible, dude. I didn't look. We was kids, and we're on acid, dude. And then, bro,
You can't tell me this story when I'm straight. You gotta tell me how mushrooms you locked the girl.
I just remember.
How old were you?
I just remembered it. Probably 16.
That's terrible.
I know, but here's the thing. Let's say I was 14. That way it makes it sound not as bad, bro. But look, she ate acid with us, bro. She ate acid with us, dude. And what happened was, and we kept going to the room with like these pots of warm. I don't know why we had the pots of warm water, because I think we just were, dude. And we would like pour a little on her, but not like torture. She wasn't in a cage or nothing. She was just, you know, free range in this room, right? But I think she was scared to come out. And then one time we went in, bro, we heard this loud sound and we went in, and She had ran against one of the walls so hard, bro, and moved the entire wall of this house, dude. Huge girl, about 240 pounds. Beautiful girl, too. The most beautiful, biggest girl that I've ever known. Beautiful girl, beautiful hair, beautiful face, large, just large and beautiful. But she lifted, bro. I think my first love, I was in love with my buddy's mom, actually, dude. And I used to sneak over into their hamper, which is kind of crazy, and huff them cups, bro. She had these big Brazilian. I'd hide in there and huff them cups, daddy. Just smell that thing as hard as I could, man. Until my freaking lungs almost blew out.
Very awkward and being like, no boy will ever like me or see me as someone that they would
really
date.
I could see you. That long breadstick, I'd want to get at it.
Thank you.
Want to carve up on that puss, dude. Come on. You don't think that people would want to? You know, they split a bed and dessert, and you know what I'm saying?
Why do I feel like this is emoji on those?
Exactly.
Where were you picturing?
Chevy makes affordable vehicles that help you enjoy life. Enjoy endless possibilities and your new Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
I'm Kevin Hart. I'm
Kevin Hart.
I am Kevin Hart. I'm Kevin Hart. I love acting, but my true calling is...
That's right.
Dude.
Why did
I told Chris D'Elia that he looks like every angry waiter at a macaroni grill. And he died laughing, even though he'd never been a macaroni grill. And that's the power of Chris D'Elia. Just knows when something is fucking.
Like he just get. Well, I think that he is more specific than Mon Air. Yeah, it's so funny.
I went to not rats, the limousine rats, ferret. And I had to share a room one night with two of those.
No! Wait, has he said that before?
Oh, I'll tell you this story,
Wait,
dude.
have you said limousine of rat before? That is so...
Why? You know, ferrets urinate each other's backs.
That's... You are truly...
No, you are my...
You know that...
essay. I'm just going to say essay. I'm not going to say...
You are so funny, and I can't let the limousine of rats up ferret go.
If that's the funniest thing we've said in this episode, then we are not doing it.
What, are you kidding me?
You're doing great. I think you look great.
No, I think that is the funniest thing, and I'm fine saying that's the funniest thing I've ever been a part of ever. That's so funny.
Leave out of there, dude. You feel like damn, just John Wayne Gacy or whatever. Who's the John Wayne? Sorry. Yeah, Gacy's a serial killer. But you feel like like you have in your fingertips you have the magic.
Yeah.
Because you got a woman off, you didn't get anything, you didn't bust, so you got all this chi built up, so you're rolling around town just with a magic touch, you got that King Midas, you got that clitoral King Midas you're running around. If you were sent back to the Roman Empire with Holy iPhone, you think you could take over the world, dude? Yeah, dude, I think they would probably beat you up, they would say you're gay, and then beat you. If you want to be honest, if anybody's down, might be gay. Unfortunately, it was not this young lady up that was from South Dakota. She was on the reservation, and she threatened to have the baby. Damn, how old were you? 37 this year. It was this year. And she wouldn't even be cool. She threatened to have the baby, dude. I just met her in a motel. And she threatened to have a baby, man.
Hello and welcome to Trigonometry. I'm Francis Foster.
I'm Constantine Fisher.
And this is a show for you if you want honest conversations with fascinating people.
Our brilliant guest today is already taking the piss out of us. It's the amazing American comedian Theo Von. Welcome to Trigonometry.
You guys have, we call it autism. I don't know what you guys call it, bro, but we got it. So my trick is this. I'll go outside at night, right? I'll stand by y'all with the yard behind me. Dude, raccoons start coming out. They see it. And then I go like that, and there'll be 2 or 3 raccoons there. My brother took a bite out of a Vietnamese guy once, dude. Took a huge bite out of his dog, bro. Meat and everything, bro. Ripped it right out. The Vietnamese guy was threatening him with his karate shit and everything, and his brother's rat. Fucking shit right into him.
Right, you think about it. That's the way to do it. That stops karate all the time. Because I don't care what type of karate you got, they got no defense for the fight. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got. Well, what if it goes to bite you?
Oh my God.
Hold on, I gotta call the main chapter.
Hold on, let me put my Komodo on. And they bite your ass, dude. Actually just got fat recently, like this past year. And that doesn't mean I'm serious, man. And I'm not trying to be rude to anybody that's bigger or not. You know, I might be gay when I get older. So you never know. To me, you never know what life has kind of in store for you, you know, or what's around the next turn. I don't put anything out of it. That's why when people are say like, you know, they have issues with gays or they have issues with fats or whatever, like that could be you next week, and that could be. That's why I don't put anything out. But I did it anyway. But the whole time, why you'd seen your body before. They've never seen my body. Right, but what are you laughing? Because they're laughing at my body. Oh, okay. They're laughing so hard it makes me want to laugh. I think you've been waiting your whole life to see your body, and this is when you decided to do it. No, that's not it. I had seen my body. Do I have mirrors? Yeah, but you could also not see your body if you want. Like, I'll go sometimes, you know, I remember one time we went like 8 months without seeing my legs. And we locked this big girl one time, we ate some ass, and we locked this big girl into a room with this card, and we kept going in there with pots of warm water. I poured it on, I feel bad. I feel horrible, dude. I didn't look, there was kids, and we're on acid, dude. And then, bro,
You can't tell me this time when I'm straight. You gotta tell me how mushroom you blocked the girl.
I just remembered.
How old were you?
I just remembered it. Probably 16. I know, but here's the thing. Let's say I was 14. That way it makes it sound not as bad. But look, she ate acid with us, bro. She ate acid with us, dude. And what happened was, and we kept going to the room with like these pots of warm. I don't know why we had the pots of warm water, because I think we just were tough, dude. And we would like pour a little on her, but not like torture. She wasn't in a cage or nothing. She was just, you know, free range in this room, right? But I think she was scared to come out. And then one time we went in, bro. We heard this loud sound, and we went in, and she had ran against one of the walls so hard, bro, had moved the entire wall of this house, dude. Huge girl, about 240 pounds. Beautiful girl, too. The most beautiful, biggest girl that I've ever known. Beautiful girl, beautiful hair, beautiful face. Large and beautiful. But she got lifted, bro. I remember one time I got stuck in a tunnel. My car broke down in a tunnel in Pittsburgh, and I had to defecate extremely. And that's French, actually, for shit. Yeah. And I had to defecate. And so I got in my backseat of my car, and the only, like, I didn't have any choice. This was like, you know, it was like something had gotten into my body, like a pink eye had gotten in my stomach. And all the shit in my body was coming out of my body. It was like in your stomach? Yeah, it was like, hey, we need all this shit out of here. I had gingivitis was in my stomach. You really?
Style and substance in the GMC Sierra. Or get this low mileage lease on this 2025 Sierra Elevation for around $469 per month.
Dunkin's $6 meal deal. It's a big deal. You get a medium iced or hot coffee, sausage, egg, and cheese, and 6 toasty hash browns. It's the biggest deal in breakfast. Dunkin's $6 meal deal.
Yeah. And I got diarrhea from that too. Yeah. Really? Yeah. I don't know how I got down there. And I had to defecate into a frisbee. I had an upside down frisbee was all I had. Really? Here we go. Yeah. What? And so I'm in this tunnel. There were cars whizzing by. Here's the crazy thing. Yeah. Extremely hard to poop when cars are going by at 50, 60, 70 miles an hour. And furious too. Yeah. Furious. Like, and also white people. Like, it was Pittsburgh, so it's furious white people running by. I can, if other people, certain ethnicities, I can shit easier when they're driving by, honestly. You know, like if a couple of brothers are rolling by blasting good music, I can blow ass all day, you know, for it's no problem. Part of, you know, everything is everybody seems like they're more laid back. Yeah. But an angry white dudes, you know, rolling by, you know, 6, 7. Well, they would probably call somebody too on it. Oh, they weren't calling anybody. I mean, the only free finger they had, they were waving it out the window. Yeah. They weren't using it to dial the phone. So you shit on a frisbee. I had to shit in the open, not the top part, but the bottom part. A frisbee is basically a cup, basically the size. Oh, a plate. It's a plate. Well, a plate is just a cup. That's way spaced out.
Let me get this straight. Hang on. Are you
a plate is
still
just a wide cup. No.
Are you pulled over?
Oh, I'll pull over the car. I think honestly, run out of gas.
You just shit on the ground. Why did you have to like
I was
put
in
a
a
plate
tunnel.
underneath?
That's why if you're really old, I feel like you should almost, I don't want to say like bathe in milk, but you want to get the suppositories or something. You want to just hide calcium in your ass or whatever you got to do to bone up. You know, to get marrow heavy. I'm serious.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm in my 40s.
Are you really? I'm older than that, actually, too, a little bit. No offense. Yeah.
Because of the beanie?
Maybe that's it.
Serious?
You seem like a nice guy, though. Virgin power is so strong, bro.
Is it? Wow.
Virgin? Oh, dude.
That's crazy.
Somebody parked a Volkswagen Rabbit on this guy's leg one time outside of our schoolhouse, and I saw a virgin lift it right off his leg.
Wild.
Yo, and this was in, who knows when it was.
Every scene is from like the movie Powder. Every scene. It's amazing.
What are you talking about?
Every scene of your life. Stories like that? I've never seen a virgin pick up a car.
A buddy of mine had a bed, and I was sleeping under his bed for $150 a month.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes even in his bed sometimes. When he would be out of town or when he would leave for work, I'd climb up into his bed, dude. And I've never been heavily homosexual, but I will say this, that there's nothing really gayer than getting into a man's warmth after he's already left the room, you know, and climbing up into his bed. A man you don't even really know that much, but still catching that hit off of his temperature, you know?
That's funny.
It's true, man. You go over to somebody's house, dude, and you don't know that much. When they leave the room and get out of their bed, you get into their bed.
You never told him that, though.
Make a man out of you fast, dude, or it won't. And you find out who's who pretty quick when you're doing stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was doing stuff like that.
Shakira, take 5. Perfect. Let's go over the middle section. In 5, 6, 7, 8.
What are you playing?
Switch.
Royal Kingdom. I love it. Is it Royal Kingdom? Huh? It's a new puzzle game that just came out.
I love puzzle games.
But what about
Switch?
annoying ads? No, nada. And you can play without Wi-Fi. Really?
Perfect. Let's take it from the top. Shakira, you ready? You see that energy? That's why she's Shakira, boys and girls. All right, everybody, let's take it from the top. Download Royal Kingdom and play today.
They got a lady up until they close the doors, about 250 people in there. They have a lady at the front. They got her spread eagle, you know what I'm saying? Which I think should be our national bird, you know what I'm saying? Boy, I salute that, dude. I doubt any brothers would kneel if they let that thing fly across the stadium. I know that.
That is, I hope you write that down. That's really funny.
Well, I mean, that's just what's going on.
Yeah.
Know? No, I appreciate it. And thanks, brother. We're not racist, or I'm not trying to be. You know, I have some flare-ups in traffic, but overall, I'm good.
What else am I on? That's it. How many pills are you on? Are you taking a lot of pills right now?
No, I would say I'm on antidepressants.
Which one?
I'm not sure, but I've been on it for about 21 years.
But
my goal is to try and get off in the next few years.
Did you ever take Zoloft?
Oh yeah, dude. I took Zoloft the first batch that came out.
I took the early ones too.
The pills were still warm, dude.
They were
Once
soft in
I
the
was
middle?
burned, yeah. I mean, they were good, bro.
Yeah, I took them for a
Dude,
while.
I could drink 20 gin and tonics, dude. Wake up in the morning, help my buddy wash his boat. And still meet a beautiful girl.
Yeah, and function. What else? What else are you taking?
You know, I made love to a girl one time, and she was supposed to give me a ride across the country the next morning. And at like 6 a.m., I had to dismantle a waterbed, and it still had water.
Maybe I should have done something a little bit more social, but that is not. I'd rather be in a box than in a club. Like
Yeah.
I would feel so uncomfortable there. Like a New Year's Eve club, like that's not me at all.
Well, you don't see in the club too. They show you the picture. You don't see people getting fucking molested in the background and people, you know. But at least light a candle or something for your lady. You do anything?
Oh well, yeah. Joey's gonna make fun of me. We went away the weekend before. We went to Long Beach. As funny as it sounds.
Dude took a trip to Long Beach.
I don't know.
Probably to pick up rent, right?
This is amazing. This is just amazing.
So anyway, bro, I can't even. That was it. You took your girl to fucking Long
No,
Beach.
she took me.
Jesus Christ.
But then we just decided to come home because it was raining.
Because it was raining.
Yeah, what are we gonna sit in someone else's apartment on New Year's Eve down in Long Beach when I have a nicer apartment up here?
Bro, what the fuck?
It's a horror show. I tried, and I keep
It sounds like the
I'm
Notebook.
losing them by the month.
It sounds like the Notebook for two people on Down syndrome.
No, this was something that when he told me, I go, what? Now when he told me, I thought they were going to leave Friday night, go to a hotel like normal Americans, right?
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning, get a little room service because they're stabbing.
Yeah.
Take a walk down, come back, smoke a joint, eat a star. Maybe about 6, take it to a nice fucking restaurant, 6, 7 o'clock, sitting going. So you're out of there by 9:30, you take it back to the apartment, give it straight up, eat 3 more stars and watch some stupid movie. I thought that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
I get a call from him Thursday at lunchtime. So yeah, we're about to leave. I go, leave where? Long Beach. I almost shot myself in the fucking head.
Dude, if I had a nice asshole, I'd show it to people every night for a couple of fucking grand.
How many times have you heard somebody? There's a couple people Ari hangs out with that there's a broad Ari hangs out with, not date length, love-wise, but they're friends. She sells her underwears, her socks. She makes a living.
Yeah.
Selling her bras, her underwear. Somebody takes her bra and sniffs her fucking bra.
Some dude, bro, or even a woman or a kid.
I don't, you cannot get mad at a woman for doing that. I can't.
Dude, I used to have this dude in college named Gnome, right? Everybody called him Gnome, this dude. He was like little, but he wasn't like a little person, you know? He was just outside of that, you know? It was like a fucking...
He barely made it.
Just rocking that cusp, you know?
Thanks,
Like,
man,
he
I
was in a
appreciate
lifeguard at like a midget-only pool, you know? Like he was just... But also where you had to also be little to work at the place. So like he was just like above, and he anytime he'd hook up with a chick, he would wear their underwear around his neck. It was like his thing, right? And he'd do that all summer. By the end of summer, this dude would be running around looking like a fucking, like he just robbed a bank in the Wild West. He'd have like 9 pairs of fucking women's underwear around his neck, you know?
He wouldn't take them off?
Not for the summer. Now in the winter, he was free. You could see his neck. He was natural in the winter. But fucking Joey's ordering pizzas over here. Joey's fucking customizing a lasagna here on this new app he got. But dude, I didn't get to the story, so what happened was...
Sorry, I'm very sorry for interrupting. The other day I was at Denny's sitting next to her, and she was playing with a fucking Barbie doll with 2 little shoes on, and the shoes kept falling off. No mercy. Do me a favor, give me the fucking shoes. We walked into Denny's, and sure enough, Daddy, her shoe fell off. I knew the fucking shoe was gonna fall off. I fucking knew it. It's been falling off all fucking morning. So I go, sit off over here and don't move. So I go outside, there's the shoe in the middle of the fucking driveway. A car drove over it. Poor Barbie's shoes all fucked up. Now I gotta bring it into and sell it to her. I gotta put it back on the foot. The shoe was so fucked up, Barbie was limping. So we're sitting there minding our own business, and who walks in out of all the seats? Now, the fucking place is empty. They got me waiting there because my wife went back to the fucking car, to the house, because she forgot that she locked the door.
CeeLo? Who walked in? CeeLo?
No, CeeLo. I would, if CeeLo walked, if I walked in, that fucking Denny's, I saw, were you with me when we saw, what's his name in there?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you were with me when we saw...
Who was it, they got the braids?
Home Improvement. And Alan goes there all the time. That's a swinging Denny's over there.
Yeah.
I just don't go in there at night, because that's... You're born to get shot. When you go to a Denny's, you might as well go to Vegas to a country concert. When you go to Denny's after 10 nowadays, you might as well sign up for the next country fucking concert. And fucking whatever, stand real close to the window and wave this time.
Dude, Bro, I used to do this bit about Denny's and how much I hated Denny's, right?
It's special.
It's almost special, right? So anyway, I was like, I wish somebody would shoot up a fucking Denny's, right? That's what I would say. Dude, some kid puts in the comments, he goes, man, he puts a link to a YouTube clip. He goes, man, my dad actually got shot up at a fucking Denny's. He goes, somebody walked in with a gun and shot everybody in the place.
1 star.
He goes, but I still love this bit that you do. And that was beautiful, bro. Here I am joking about it. He said it really happened. He lost his father right next to a fucking grill, bro. Right next to a griddle. You know what? You got, you know, 2 brothers back there fucking sword fighting with spatulas. Probably hopped up on fucking methamphetamines, you know? Not knowing they're gonna lose their job to a fucking Mexican guy sitting at the bar, you know? Unbelievable, man. But that's God, dude. That kid came and he was just positive, man.
There's a couple places where I go late night, and I'm like one night, me, Lee, and Becky went to Denny's on a fucking Sunday night after a podcast, and we were having a good time. But the whole time I was like squatting under the bush by that window, because the window's on Burbank Boulevard. I want to be a crip. All right, shoot up at Denny's. I'm sitting there having fucking a salad and something with my friend here, and all da, 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 da. And Becky's sitting counterclockwise, so she gets it right there. And we got to bury Becky with a hat on, with a 10 planet fucking. With a hat on! With a chef hat on, a la Josh Wolf, you know what I'm saying?
Why, that shouldn't be in my brain. I'm scared of anything already. I'm scared of everything.
Well, you would look good in a chef.
You don't think I'm fucking scared? You see me, how many nights we leave here dying of hunger, you and I? 1 in the morning sometimes, me and him, he's cross-eyed.
Yeah.
This guy, if at 2 in the morning, if I go, Lee, listen, I got a sandwich coming over here, just jiggle my balls. I guarantee I'll confuse him for 10 minutes. He'll be sitting there confused. I don't know, all I have to do is jiggle his balls. I'll wash my hands, I've done worse. I got a hand job from a Chinese chick one time.
Dude, I remember this dude.
So who gives a fuck, really? Oh my God. Oh my God, this fart is tremendous. This is the...
Bro, they had a guy used to tell us first, right? He'd give you $30 just to tell you he'd been jerking off. This older dude. What? I remember when I was young. He used to say that. I'd be like, look, I'm going to tell you something, all right? And he was like, all right. And he'd say, I've been jerking off.
Give me $30.
No, and then he would give us $30 to keep quiet. Because we were children, but he wasn't supposed to be saying it to us.
Oh, he paid you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not paying him for him to tell me that shit, dude. I don't give a fuck. I assumed that when I met him.
Oh my God.
But here was the thing, though. I never even got to this, dude, was that... So, my sister, one time, we lived together for a while, right? and this was probably about 8 years ago. They had this other dancer that worked with her came over to our place, right? Stole our vacuum. She was on these Klonopins and everything, and then she got all fucking, you know, warm under the skin one night on them pills and fucking stole our vacuum, you know?
And as you do.
I wasn't there when she stole it, but literally I could picture her probably trying to put it in her fucking purse, you know? Like the stick end in the purse of the fucking huge vacuum hanging out, right?
Wow.
Dude, fast forward, year and a half, right? I'm not even living with my sister anymore. I'm in New Orleans for a bachelorette party or somewhere, or Baton Rouge somewhere, or a bachelor party. They got a big fucking money deal, right? They wheel in one of those cakes where the women pop out, like the fake cake, and they pop out and they dance, right? You know, one of the chicks that pops out is the fucking bitch that stole my vacuum, bro, right? So everybody else, I have no idea. I totally forgot about this.
Like, fuck you, bitch.
Oh, everybody else is tipping these bitches and fucking, you know, shaking both of their ass cheeks at the same time, you know, with each hand, you know, like they're, you know, like doing it really fast.
Both for me.
Yeah, like vote for me with both hands.
Yeah, both for me.
And here I am in the background, and all I can think is that bitch stole my fucking vacuum, dude. Bro, I had half of a nerve to just the whole time just make vacuum sounds in the back, just like. I was so pissed, bro.
What'd she do when she saw you?
Huh?
What did she do when
She acted like she didn't know. And that's the thing I don't like about people, I guess, that steal vacuums is when they see you, they act like you don't fucking remember. Like, I'm not gonna remember you stole a vacuum from. I wasn't on Klonopins. I wasn't on Somas, you know?
How do you get away with a vacuum? Like, doesn't someone, if I was in an apartment building and I saw someone who was on like Klonopins with a vacuum just running down the stairs, bless you.
Well, it's half of America. It's half of the neighborhood around here probably is on Klonopins.
What can they give you for a fucking vacuum? I mean, if you came over my house with a vacuum, what can I give you? The small 15?
I was gonna say at least 30.
That's like I don't know. What if it goes kaput after they go down the block? I'm no fucking vacuum mechanic, but I know that there's a little fucking belt in there. And when you hit something fucked up, the belt breaks. Like I used to have a Kirby vacuum, and they come with a package of belt. I couldn't do it. This is a handsome guy. If I looked like him, I'd be having threesomes every night.
Oh, man.
1 8-ball every hour on the hour from 10 to 12.
Oh, dude.
Drop it off in the fucking mail slot. You know what I'm saying?
I beat my own asshole.
Hold on to the dog. I don't want to beat the 8-ball. It'd be that type of party. What else, dog? Anything else you want to drop?
Not much, man. I just love you.
Look at Lee's.
I love you and I appreciate you. I got a scoop, too.
Look at this fucking beauty right here. Look at this. Look at this Ali Molly. 89? No, baby. 89? Look at the guy playing the edge drums and Lee just panics. Look at him.
That's Lee panicking right there.
No, not yet.
He can't handle it.
Not yet. Not yet. He's moving around. He's fidgeting.
Oh my God, Lee's
He takes a breath of fresh air. He bumped him.
Oh, Lee, man.
Look at poor Lee again. Now he's coming to kind of. He looks at the
Lee's fucking Buzz Aldrin out there, brother. Oh, you made my day, Lee. Every time I see you, you make my day, Lee.
Look at Lee. Say, all right, man. Well.
Yeah, bro. I think sex is for children, man. You know? Sober sex is for children. If you're fucking sober and you're an adult, dude, I think you might be going to hell.
Why's that?
Sober sex is for kids, dude.
You prefer to be drugged up?
I think, yeah, as an adult.
You ever done on NyQuil?
Oh, dude, no. But don't give me any ideas, man. Don't give me any ideas.
Can you take NyQuil being a recovering?
I don't know if I can or not. If I'm in recovery, if I can take NyQuil?
I don't think so, man.
I mean, I could have a sip. If I have 2 sips?
Well, see, that's how it goes. I'll have a sip. Next thing you know, you're fucking balls deep in NyQuil every night.
Next thing you know, you're sprinkling it into your headband and tying it around your head. You're like, sweet drink, motherfucker. Yeah.
Get in there.
Somebody brought that boy to a funeral, and I remember the only rule was, do not say it. And he was quiet the whole time, so they lowered that casket.
They're on chair, or like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out.
I mean, people were just like, oh.
I would celebrate it.
You know, I'm into fucking being a straight up champion here.
You're a straight up champ. I'm not mad at your outfit today.
You're not?
No, G-Star?
Oh yeah, this is G-Star. G-Star Raw.
Shit,
too.
sorry to
It's
hear
a
that,
raw.
man.
Raw.
Yeah.
They really emphasize the raw, don't they?
Oh, definitely.
Fucking chill, G-Star.
Bro, you a little bit, and no joke, you look decent, bro. Like probably, you look like the assistant coach on the women's golf team at Rutgers. That's what I feel like.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. You look like the creepy high school women's volleyball coach who fucks all the players and then gets busted.
Oh,
and then gets busted for it.
Come on.
You look like a high school lacrosse coach who fucks the players.
What are the players, boys or girls?
Girls.
It doesn't matter
And
because
boys.
it's all illegal.
It's all illegal.
But I just want to know for my own peace of mind. Bro, you look
good, man.
Nah, dude, don't tell me that after that.
Why not, bro?
Because that's like
some of those lacrosse coaches are like dime pieces, and they're coaching the women's team, and then they just start fucking the hot one.
Dude. Man, you look like the guy that gets beat at the first round of every video game, bro. You look like
That is frustrating. That is frustrating. You look like the kid who goes to the arcade but's too broke, so he watches everybody else play. Like, oh, bro, that move was sick. Yeah, back up, bro. Thank you. Back the fuck up, bro. My parents love me. You have no quarters. Get the fuck back.
That was me, bro. And when that dude was done, I would go up real quick and try to touch the controls to see if it was still working a little.
Hopefully they still had some lives left and shit.
And then just push the little slots in for the quarters.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what else. You look like the dude who goes to Dave and Buster's at however the fuck old you're and still does that. Trying to jump and crawl up to the fucking skee ball, pull the balls out and still fucking play. Keep track yourself.
Bro, you look like Dave Buster. That's who you fucking look like. You look like you do the McShady Carnival games, man.
That place is shady as fuck.
Dude, one of my friends went missing in there. This guy Jeremy that I used to go to high school with.
That makes sense.
No one's ever seen him.
No, I don't trust him.
Ever seen that guy.
And if you look at arcades now, the graphics are weak compared to like PS4s and shit. How about Subway?
Yeah.
Hot and cold. You give it up cold, I bring the hot.
Yeah, we're not doing anything like that.
No, that's not what we're doing.
But what I'm saying
I don't know how people were asking us to do a show though.
Yeah.
And and it's once a week too.
Dude, how is it that every time I go to Subway there's a roach somewhere crawling around, but I still get a sandwich? That's what
I don't fuck with Subway, bro.
Oh,
ever since Jared started jacking off in the mayonnaise and shit and molesting kids, I'm out, bro.
I don't know if he did that.
No, he did. Oh, it's confirmed.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he's in prison right now for it.
Dude, this
He's
is
jacking off with the ham.
This is a true story. I could see that. I mean, ham will make anybody want to know. But I'll also say this, that his sister gave me a BJ, and this is probably about 16 years ago in the French Quarter in Louisiana.
For real?
Yeah.
Did you know it was Jared's sister?
Yeah.
And you say, take that pipe.
I did it, dude.
Oh, really?
Take that pipe,
Are you
dude.
a fan of Jared?
Are these sound
Are you a
like,
fan of, was she thick
this
like
is Double
Jared?
Dragon? This sounds like lying to a dude who's trying to fight in that Double Dragon video game. Yeah, that was one of the weapons.
Or any U-porn video I've ever watched. What Double Dragon were you playing, bro?
I'm off for right
You're
now,
talking about TC Surfer Sport. Let that video can take the pipe.
Yeah, I'm almost 48 hours.
Damn, look at his sister, bro.
Yep.
She bust. Damn, you're strapped.
She wasn't busted.
God damn, bro. You fucked Matilda.
Just like Matilda's.
Yeah, bro, that was like Matilda's mom, bro.
Are you?
She's a bob cut. Dude.
You look.
I'd rather get a blowjob from Jared.
Dude, you look like a lesbian golf pro, dude. You
bro, you fucked Jared's sister.
What are you talking about, dude?
You gave her a football. You gave your sisters a football.
Bro, you look like an assistant coach that gets a table at the club, all right? Get your fucking life together.
Bro.
I gotta correct. That was bad Googling. That was his ex-wife.
Oh, thank God.
The Matilda-looking woman.
Well, oddly, she looks vaguely familiar. That's the tough part. Don't touch me, dude.
Come on, bro. Gap it up.
No, I'm not
I'm
giving
giving
it up.
props for fucking Jared's sister. In the mouth.
What are you talking about, bro?
Dude, you fucked Jared.
Dude, go look at
the sister in the mouth.
Bro, watching your fighting videos the other day. One of them, you just beating up a fucking. You're a security guard. You're beating up a fat guy at a mall. A lot of it was just you punching fat dudes.
Hey, that's fine. You fucking shared a sister, bro.
Bro, I got oral sex, first of all.
In the French Quarter?
Yes.
Just some eggs and butter in the mouth or what, bro?
Bro, no, there were a bunch of French robots
Did you
get
a fucking classic meatball and then have her suck your dick?
Dude,
did you get a meatball sub and the suck?
You are profane, bro. This guy's out of his mind.
Dude, that was his life?
I don't live like that. Bro, she's not that
Fully
bad.
redeem yourself.
No, she's
Are
not.
you bringing her up now?
No.
No, we don't do that to the poor lady.
But
After the show, I'm gonna Google it. For sure.
We do want to bring up. The next question that we have for Brennan. It's a cool place, huh?
It's sad as fuck to be.
You think so?
Tourists tend to go to the really nice places,
Right.
like the fancy places.
But that's not real, is it?
Yeah, but that's not real.
But
it's really sad.
Do you find
I'd like to go with her, so I want like the real
that's what you
shit.
need.
I'm not trying to sleep on like the ground and shit, but I'm down to go.
I went as a student one time, and they took us to, and a lot of the taxi drivers and stuff, in the beginning, it's just tourist stuff. You know, they take you to like a brothel or someplace where there's women, you can meet girls. But this place was a pet shop. It had a pet shop in the front, and low-key in the back, they was doing, sexual offers.
Bro.
And my buddies, they were real perverts, Yeah. And I'm in there looking at these fucking parakeets and all kind of parrotlets.
They have some cool hedgehogs?
Birds mostly, dude. It's the fucking jungle, bro. Hedgehogs? Get the fuck out of here, dude. Like it's Montana. They had real beautiful animals in there. And everybody else is trying to come in the back, and I'm trying to catch one of these fucking beautiful parrotlets out
Dude,
front.
you don't think you now just be that honest. You think you bought a cheap parrot and you got your dick stuffed in the back?
I do remember what happened. They had some. We went in the back, and I got super nervous, and then I left, and and then.
What did your buddies think of that? Did they fuck a toucan or something?
I don't know how strange it got, but the funny thing to me was the parrots knew a lot of English, and they would mimic a lot of sexual things they'd heard, like, oh, get that booty, And it was so crazy.
Use a candle. About your balls. About your balls. White guy cheap.
I think that's what they said after the white guys left. White guy cheap. But I thought it was beautiful. It was so busy that I was amazed how many people could move around on motorcycles.
Weren't you just in China?
Yeah, I was just in China. It's a
slinging jokes, right?
Very different place.
No, I'm just saying though, it's Asia, bro.
Yeah.
And you've been there recently. You haven't been to her part of the fucking world.
So this is what it sounds like when I try to weasel my way out of a racist moment. Yes, I have been there, but I loved it though. I thought it was cool. But yeah, I guess there's some parts where it's like we went on like the Mekong, where we went on like boats and like, but they just took us to like touristy stuff, like to hold snakes and like.
You want the real thing, man.
That's not a good place to go anymore, though. A lot of people, they get robbed there now.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go to Snow White then. Can we go to Snow White?
That'll work.
Yeah, over there. Yeah.
Name one of the dwarves.
Oh, Slappy.
Slappy's
a food. It is?
Yeah.
No, it's another one. Dipsy?
Nope.
Sippy.
Nope.
Sippy is an alcoholic. Oh, it is? Oh. Was one of them alcoholic? One of them drank a lot. One of them did drink a lot, actually. They
There
always
was
had bubbles
Sleepy,
coming out.
Sneezy, Doc.
Dopey.
Dopey. Oh, maybe Dopey.
That's what I was being Dopey. Yeah. They had, who else? Slanty. They didn't have
Slanty.
They did? That was the Asian version. Oh, my bad, man. Yeah, I've seen some bootleg versions. Yeah.
Just 7 Slanty.
That was Slanty. No, that was Chinky Slanty. Nippy. Gookie. Yeah.
Finger Trappy.
Yeah.
It's 2 dwarfs stuck together. 2 dwarfs.
Yeah. I don't remember all. Small Dicky. Small Dicky was a good one. That was my favorite one. Small Dicky. Yeah.
That's great.
That's great. That was a great version of it. But do you think a lot of people's dick grows as they get older?
When do you think a guy's dick stops growing?
I bet probably in their 60s or 70s or 80s.
That's false.
Do you think? Can you look that up, please? Do you want to say?
But however, I did see it change. When I dated a guy in high school, his dick was much bigger when I saw him again years after.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Who's seeing guys' dicks in high school, man? I was young.
Well, you know, this is why I have an eye patch. Filipinos believe that if you see a dick you're not supposed to see, you get a sty.
Well, this is true.
It is true.
That's true. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's pretty cool. Whose dick did you see, babe?
Julio, our dog.
Oh.
His dick's always out.
Was it?
Yeah.
What's wrong? He doesn't have like a cap on it?
He has a cap on it. It's just not a tight cap.
Oh yeah, you gotta tie that for it. Yeah. So anyway,
let my dog run around by the time you reach 18 or 19 years old, your penis isn't likely to grow much longer or thicker.
Bullshit, bro. I'm thinking about getting a dick reduction.
Dang.
That's not even true. Yeah, yeah.
Dang.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it big? It's pretty. It's definitely it's growing. Why? It's because you haven't masturbated in like 90 days or something. No. It was growing before that. It's fluid. It's cum juice. I don't know what it is, man,
Maybe
but
you
it
have
better hear me now and get its act together.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's why I raised my voice.
Yeah, my dick has been like that's. I guess it's just 18, 19.
Yeah, max.
18, 19?
Yeah, but I never looked at my dick and went, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Right? I said hi, and then, you know what I mean? Good
My
night.
dick is so dumb. It's like, what is it, huh? Oh, again, this dick. It's, you know, whatever. Get in these pants and shit.
The whole idea of having sex and procreation and what your dick is there for, it dictates so much of your fucking life and decision making.
Yeah.
I almost wish it was just no longer an issue.
Mail your dick to Africa, dude. That's what I would do. Feed a couple of starving families. Or feed a starving kid, or 2 kids that are splitting up. One kid, a snack after a game.
One kid, yeah.
One kid.
Yeah. And snack, that's it.
One kid.
It's not a meal. Yeah. It's like a bag of like, you know, it's like a dip. Yeah, like dip. Yeah. Oh, you want to grind it down? Yeah, grind my dick down. Yeah, make a dip on it. I don't know anything about him, bro. You know his name.
You ever been peed on?
Oh, yeah.
Are you into that?
No.
At all?
Yeah, and I opened my mouth and everything.
Like you are.
Yeah, I opened my mouth.
Sure?
Yeah.
That's a warning sign of being into.
I've been peed on.
Yeah. No, this girl did it, and I went, because she was so high, I was like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I totally get that.
Yeah, so I'll try.
I knew a girl. She used to say, "Serve me up some of that hot coffee." She would say,
right, I'm not joking.
Did she want it on her face or just her body?
I think she was trying to do it like for medicinal. She was like trying to get the medicinal values out.
Like Marquez, the boxer, who knocked out Manny Pacquiao.
Really? He drinks his own. How much does he have a week?
I'm not sure, but I think it's a daily consumption.
I wouldn't have that much.
Remember that video, 2 girls in 1 cup?
I don't want to talk about that.
I remember the building was burned down. I was in a hotel, somebody set it on fire, right?
It's always a good sign.
Yeah. Well, it depends on what, like, religion you are, but yeah, some religion. But, so I'm there, and the firemen are coming up, bro, and I just, look, I just got into my room from the shows. It's cold outside. I got a fucking big sandwich, bro. I'm sitting there on the bed. If I die, I die. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fucking leaving the hotel room, And there's literally police officers beating, or, whatever it is, fire police or whatever, people with the hats. I think it was black. I honestly probably sounded black. I'm not saying that. But, and look, I would rather a black fireman. I believe a black guy can be fired. I don't know what your paper, rock, scissors chart is, but I believe brother fire, bro. I'll fucking put a brother over fire.
Well, brothers don't like fires. You know what I'm saying? It's in their DNA. They don't like everything is fire. They just don't like that the black fireman shows up, that fire's going down.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's done. You know what I'm saying? Brothers don't like fire. And brothers and Frankenstein, they never like fire. People chase them motherfuckers for years with fire.
Yeah, dude, so I knew when I
be canceled by Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? What are we gonna do?
Cancel me, son. They can't take nothing away from me, bro.
You can't do. What are you gonna do?
So I've never related to like redneck culture. I grew up in like kind of like a rural white area kind of. So you get a lot of like, people just being in the rural like y'all hunting, y'all get in the back of each other's pickup trucks and quads at 3 a.m.
No.
Beer, shooting guns, stuff.
No.
Oh, you're not.
We had like a lady down the street that was would do substitute teaching. She was a substitute teacher, and she was like banging like a couple of the kids, and they were like also like mechanics, and then one of them would like get drunk and chase us around the church like field in his car, like in a sedan. So like not exactly, I guess, like, different than what you're saying exactly.
So, okay, but that's different from the quad.
Yeah, but also, like, but it's a lot of fun. It's almost like hunting. So you get molested, it's what it's hunting.
Yeah, all right.
It's a lot of, like, there's some discrepancy, but you know, a lot of.
Was that the same guy that made you look at his ball?
No, dude, we had this one guy. He used to give us maybe $4 or something, and he'd pay to look in his ass, bro. And he'd walk about like 20 feet off and hold his ass open. As long as we looked, we got the money. So just like that, just bored people. You know,
who made sure you looked? How can he? Who made sure you got paid? That's what I want to know.
Who gets the money first?
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Because that would be a shitty deal.
At a certain point, you were kind of grandfathered in. If he knew you were gonna look, you kind of got the money up front.
You were grandfathered in.
Well, we live by a rest area, dude. A lot of like gay men would meet up back there and make out. You know.
I don't know. I'm thinking about it now. I could use some Alec Baldwin eyes.
Use some new
I
eyes.
need to fucking see.
Yeah.
I need some new eyes. You know, what the fuck's that?
Yeah, it's so old-fashioned.
People have been seeing for years.
You were just doing that recently. You were training your eyes, right? You had the fucking eye patch on?
Oh, yeah, I put that patch on, dude.
Yeah, what? Oh, is that what that was?
Your brain doesn't work the same when you go to one eye.
So you did this on purpose just to fucking...
Just to train, bro.
Train what? Your brain?
Train for the
Your
future.
other eye.
Yeah.
Future.
I love you, boy.
I'll go to I went to China this year or last year. They're fucking coming, bro. If you don't think the Chinese are coming, dude, then wait a second and think about it again, because they are coming.
You think like the army's coming? They're coming. I mean, I'll tell you what. Because I'm not a very smart guy.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not
So this will be good.
Very dumb guys.
So I always hear about like the deficit, and they're like, yeah, we owe China $115 trillion. Dude, when someone owes me $100, I'm calling those motherfuckers on Tuesday. And what he's talking about, we trillions of dollars. Does that fucking mean there's a billion of them and they're coming to call it? Yeah, man.
Bro, they each want $1. That's what I heard. That's the goal, bro. They're all coming and they each have to get $1.
I always like, every time like, the U.S. does reach its highest point, it's 120 trillion. They gotta be collecting soon. They have to be over there. Like the whole country's impoverished and their president's like, don't worry, it's 115 trillion. We're going to get it soon.
But I would probably get honest. That's like what y'all do. Like, I would get into I'll probably delete it into my camp at some point. No, that's negative.
Do you think that in this survival, in your face of survival, that you, how many times have you wagered?
Never. Yeah, I would put my bet all that on. I would save everything unless I, unless, I think it's got really dire, then I would keep it going for someone to spend my time on myself. I would say, I would call it food. I would say what I do.
I think it's so desperate for calories that you would eat each other's cum.
Whoa.
He said vitamins. He said vitamins. He said good and plenty.
It's cum, and I'm not eating any regional seafood. It does cum to have protein.
Like, some people say like 9 calories exactly, right? What is it?
Bro, I would rather just suck my thumb and hope for the best. Oh, what about this? What if I use my cum as a
demi-glace.
Like, I make salmon, and I put little cum in the game. I missed the old days where you guys started doing this. Cutthroat or
So what was the, what we heard the moment of charity with drugs? What was the report? What made you
results in our strawberry? You see the video?
Yeah, dude. I had to go back to fucking see how else he could change my life.
Was there some, you watched like something that was some dark shit, you're like, I can't watch this anymore?
No, I just got tired. I just realized that it had become, it used to be something fun. I used to bike across town and go jerk off. My buddy's dad had some, nudie mags and shit, and I'd climb in their window. Even when they were home, I'd climb in the window because I was so ashamed of myself instead of knocking at the door and pretend I had to shit. And then use the nudie mags hid under the sink, One time my buddy knocks on the door of his little bathroom. He's like, dude, how'd you even fucking get in the house? I was like, I fucking came in the window, dude. I'm sorry, But I'd go there and masturbate. And, because all the nudie mags we had been, like, affected by weather, and they had the good shit. And so, where do you store the nudie mags? We were keeping them outdoors.
Was it Box in the Woods? We used to do that as a kid. Did you ever have that?
Yeah.
Did you seriously, because some people have dairies and some people don't.
Yeah.
Like, we had a communal box of porn. Like, we all ride our bikes out to the middle of the woods and look at the porn. And some people are like, oh, yeah, we did that. And then, what?
And then ride back home and jerk off down that, bro. That's called homosexuality, bro.
And me and my buddies just jerking off in the woods. Don't fucking judge me, man.
I'm not.
Don't fucking judge me.
I think it's neat.
That's fighting. That's all fighting.
Oh, yeah.
I'm set on fighting.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
the
there's
fighting,
no fighting.
kid, it's, Brian and I doing our thing. There's a little bit of fighting, but not much with the current events. This, what we're doing, is my escape from all that.
Yeah.
Where it's silly, Theo and Brendan personalities doing our fucking thing. People submitting to them.
You can send in any types of themes, you know?
Don't send in, hey, who's going to win comedian con? That,
Right.
That wouldn't be entertaining.
Yeah, because I don't know that much about fighting. You know what I'm saying? I got beat up by a bunch of blacks and whites when I was young.
That's fair.
So I'm probably 0-9.
So if you want to hear fighting, listen to my all fight show. But if you want to hear what we do, listen to Genie's thing.
Yeah.
I had a question about Theo fighting.
All right.
This is a question from Brendan. Kick Theo off. He wants to train. Who's winning in the fight between him and Sam?
Oh, thanks for the question, brother. I appreciate you asking, brother.
I've never seen Theo ever do anything aggressive in any man ever. Except when I touch him, minimum 4 times, you kind of flinch, and the reflexes are pretty good.
Yeah, wow. It's extremely alarming.
Yes.
Yeah, because I don't know how.
Have you been in many fights?
I got beat up by a guy once. A bunch of black dudes beat me up a couple times. What else happened,
Why?
dude? I got two bad car accidents. I don't think that counts as getting beat up. Oh, that's true. When we're growing up, dude, we used to put on fucking rock music and beat each other.
That's cool. But you never been in like a bar fight, like someone disrespect your girl, you got in a bar fight.
No, dude.
You remember when you were all in them roids? You never had no road rage?
Oh, I do remember a guy stole my, this was the new Juvenile CD had come out before it had come out.
The hotness.
Oh, in Baton Rouge, and I had a copy, bro, at a party, and I was
Is this where it's all fire? He's
Yes.
on cover, it's
Yes.
all fire. What's up, bro? Why you hate to touch, bro?
Don't fucking touch me, bro.
What's up? Like, we're like, yeah, bam, bro. Get loving, man.
Bro.
Be a loving dude, man.
Dude, I am loving, bro.
You like that dog I get from Denver's Dumb Friends Land. That sheltered dog,
I'm a
bro.
rescue human,
You're that
bro.
rescue, bro.
I'm a
That's
rescue.
that poor person's dog, bro.
I'm a rescue, man.
Yeah, not me.
You're not?
Not hell no. I'm that pedigree, son.
Oh, he's that Gucci Rottweiler, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Another rescue. Yes, that was right there.
That's it.
That was it.
And the hottest track was let me back that ass up. Back that ass up. Yeah, for sure.
We got, okay, I'm going to introduce you now. He sold a lot of tickets in Australia. This guy is coming up in the world, not just in comedy, but in general.
72 days of pornography.
Mm-hmm.
72 days off of pornography.
Yeah, we just talked about it last night.
Oh, that's
Very
right.
proud. Yeah.
72 days.
You guys smell a full bag. That's daddy.
Is that full bag? That's daddy. Wow.
Did you guys hear?
I thought I heard something when you walked in.
Oh yeah, that's cool, baby.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. We got Theo Vaughn, man, one of my favorite people of all time. Me and Theo Vaughn's here, all right? What's up, man?
Not much, man.
You good?
Nice to be here. Thank you guys for having me in your home. And
Of course.
It's beautiful here. Good to see here. Good to see you guys are still operating on a high caliber. And
Yeah.
everybody's doing well.
Now, how do you do 72 days without porn?
You know what? What I did is I put the blockers on my phone. Science, they have these scientific blockers. And you get them and you put them on your phone and your computer. And it keeps me off of pornography. So I'm not seeing all of that spread and all of that pussy and everything.
What was it? Why did you think you needed to do that?
Because I was masturbating all the pussy on there. I mean, not to be rude or anything, but that's what I was doing. When I look back, a man even told me, he said, well, write down what you were doing. And then I wrote that, and I looked back, I was like, oh, that's what I was doing.
Right.
Did you think you were doing it more than the average person?
I thought I was doing it out of a habit. So I would just be uncomfortable, and I would know what to do with myself, and so I would go do that instead of like...
Coping.
Yeah, instead of just coping or just having any... It just like... It wasn't like, oh, it used to be like, oh, man, let me crack out a little bit of this pornography.
Right.
But now it got to the point where it was like, oh, dude,
Oh,
let me just do
God,
this
ew.
and then do whatever, go on about the rest of my day. It became a weird thing. It was Manhattan.
So you did it once a day?
No, I was doing it maybe 5 times a week. Making my body spray.
Like it's work, like it's home.
Yeah, I just take also I'll take Thursday and do a Sunday.
Right.
I didn't have a plan.
Right. So it's like working at a restaurant.
Yeah, it's like a restaurant. Yeah,
Rub in.
take shifts. Yeah. Take shifts, picking up a lot of shifts, and all of a sudden, sometimes some days not showing up.
How's it going?
Because I too have that as well. Oh yeah.
DWPM.
What do you mean?
You know who the driver is? I don't. But it's one of the guys that either way, I'm still gonna make it more than 5.
Jetted one in the ride, bro. I think trips, dude. This is
Yes, sir, got you.
Yeah, the other day, you guys said it's like 2 guys climbing out of a truck.
Thank you.
Right.
You said it best. It was like getting 2 tickets after winning skee ball.
Yeah, Chris gave the ski ball. Yeah, just 2 tickets coming out. Yeah, so this guy. I think I'll be trying to. I said, yeah, I'm almost. Still real one? No, I didn't. I ain't taking this top. I did not even want to say it the second I saw it. What's your name, topless? Is it a lifeguard?
How are we this morning?
We're dirty. I didn't wash this weekend. I only washed my trailer.
It was the holiday, brother. You got an excuse.
Oh, that was it.
Yes, the holiday, yes. It's a corner. I took corner 2 by accident.
Took my hand with me and walked off. So I said, I'm having some weird feelings right now. But so the set at the Improv was crazy. But then I went to the comedy school, and that's I think when the vegetables started to rattle inside of me, because I get over there and I go on stage and Adam, he gets over there and he's worried about something, he's just fucking Hebrewing out over there, fucking living legend Adam, he's fucking concerned or whatever, and so I just tell him everything's gonna be okay, get over there, get on stage, and some guy near the front was in a, what's that thing called? It's like if you're handicapped, but it's like a, not like a, like it push you, it's like a, wheelchair. Yeah. Sorry, wheelchair. Yeah, he's in a wheelchair. Yeah, wheelchair. So this guy's in a wheelchair, and it has a little squeak on it, right? I'm just fucking, so when you're on mushrooms, some sounds are amplified and shit. So I'm on stage, and the wheelchair makes a little squeak, and I thought somebody was making a funny noise and making fun of me. That's where my head went. So I stopped my joke. I said, what'd you say, man? I got in this negative place, and the guy's just laughing. This guy can barely, the last muscle he got's working is his throat muscles, and he's fucking chuckling with it. You know what I'm saying? This dude's 90% to heaven. This dude, he got stuck, bro. But for some reason, whenever he laughed, it made one of the, nuts or bolts in the wheelchair wasn't tight. It made it squeak. And when I heard that squeak, I thought somebody was saying something and making fun of me. So I kept stopping the show and accusing this wheelchair guy of something. And this guy could barely this guy couldn't get a mouthful of milk out if he gave him 2.5 hours. You know what I'm saying? And I just keep roasting this dude and ripping into him. And it was, thank God that set isn't on recording, because that shit went downhill fast. It's basically a half hour of me yelling at a fucking non-wrestling God, bro, it was bad, man. My dad used to have this friend who would make us. He would put a cinnamon in his hand and let us lick it out of it when I was growing up.
He wanted to molest you.
It's not sexy. He was like a chef, I think.
Letting little kids lick cinnamon on your hand?
Yeah,
like that's he was getting a sexual gratification.
Yeah. Trust me.
He's probably, you know what he probably did after you licked his hand and left it all saliva? He jerked off.
That's what he did before.
100% he did.
Don't say that. You didn't know it.
He probably did that before. You know what he did? You know what he did? He had you guys blow him by proxy. Yeah, because it was your saliva.
Why didn't he use a spoon?
Huh?
Why didn't he use a spoon?
That's a great question.
Cinnamon? Who carries cinnamon with no fucking utensil?
For spit.
You could put the cinnamon in your hand. You could lick it on your own hand. I know. I know he did it.
He let you get it out of there.
I very clearly see what he did.
Sure. It's a genius. Thank you, man. Have some respect for your elders. No, you got said, you don't have any friends, bro.
Jim just said it's a genius move because he believes us. He thinks that he tried.
He is on our team.
No, he didn't do it. Of course he did. I'll ask my friends. I know he did.
How are your friends when you know?
Wait, because he did it, man.
I think maybe Theo didn't realize he was on cleanup duty.
See?
He might have jerked off before and had you guys clean these things.
So he gets a little cinnamon on the jizz.
People weren't doing all that, man.
Sure they were.
Were you Catholic Church just started?
Bro, it was even worse. Nobody was tattletale.
No, you try cinnamon, man. You think I'm eating wet cinnamon or something?
Okay. So that's part of. So for people listening who don't know, this fueled like the adult one because they associated that editing out of like the talking about community.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah, because I started hearing about it. I don't even know when I started hearing about Theo Gay. When I was like, oh, these people, you know, something's wild here.
And then the next thing was this is the one that I sent you some.
At this point, we've had a conversation.
Yeah, we're talking to us.
Right, and we're talking, and I remember I didn't even blood one time because somebody said you weren't doing well, and I remember feeling bad about that. What? Feeling like, well, here I am fighting, like, you know, at odds with a man that is not doing well.
And you don't know how to.
Well, I think it was around. This is probably around the time I was donating a lot of blood actually, and I remember one time going in there and thinking like, man, yeah, if I'm living my life like this while other people are being sick, then what the fuck am I doing? Yeah.
How? Maybe the vampires, you know, even the immigrant ones. Whoa, I'm making a stretch.
Are you talking about Amistad?
No, I'm not talking about Amistad.
Because this movie's like merging the different movies.
No, I know. What I'm saying is that the regular ones do. Now they can walk around during the day because it's night anyway, because it's always fucking night, right? So it makes it even more scary. Because, you know, when you have vampires in your area, right, if you don't know this, we could hang out, you know what I mean? Yeah, during the days, because they don't hang out. They don't like sunlight. They're like Anders Antino. You know what I mean?
Not like the Lost Boys.
No, it's not like the Lost Boys, but then, like, you know, anyway, I don't know why we got into that fucking thing.
But yeah, what he's saying is, ladies and gentlemen, Theo Von. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, Theo Von, give him another round of applause, man.
Dude, I feel like I'm at the weirdest barber shop.
So, dude, you just got.
This was like, is anybody gonna cut my hair?
Theo Von had a massive 2024 with guests including President Donald Trump,
And that's a businessman, a woman at a counter. Yeah. Everywhere I go, hospitals, people are like, oh, tell me.
Oh, wait, stop. Wait, I don't get so what?
People say,
no, stop. At hospitals,
yeah,
you're saying, so the construction workers, the nurses at hospitals, are they all Asian? Because you just made a voice.
No, they're fans of yours.
I know, I understand that, but are they all Asian fans, or just are there whites too? Because when you did the accent, it wasn't clear.
Oh, I think they're Asian.
Oh, this is what you did.
Tell me about what you know about the bubbly.
Is that what you want to say? Did you not go into an accent though?
Did I?
Maybe you didn't. Do it again.
A lot of them. Okay. A lot of them would be like,
I'm Theo.
Okay.
I'm walking.
Hey man. Hey man. Hey, are you Theo? Hey,
oh, you said no accent.
Tell me about Bubby Lee. The Mexicans. Yeah. Okay. Tell me about Bubby Lee.
So my buddy, I used to sleep under his bed for a while, and he would have girls come over, and they'd always go to the restroom or something where they'd make out, and he'd come in there, and he'd wake me up, and he'd be like, don't fucking and he'd wake me up and tell me, don't wake me up, right? I'd be jacking off there. It was just crazy, like, I wasn't gonna wake up. I was being asleep. Yeah, I was like, dude, don't fucking wake up. I gotta check her. What the fuck? Alright. So you were just fucking like vampire? I was dead asleep. Yeah. $150 a month, dude. That's not bad. That was a great deal. Were you like for real under the bed like a monster, or was it like a loft kind of thing? Were you like how much space did you have? Like a monster. How much space did you have? My hands reached out the edge. I was a hooker. Fuck yeah, dude. Male escort? I don't know. Hooker's what better. What the fuck's a dip? Yeah. Hooker sounds like you don't have insurance, but you're still gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Male escort sounds like you're at least applying for some sort of like government aid. Yeah, I feel like. I slept in one time with a Great Dane. Oh shit. Yeah, and she made us sleep right between us, and I was like, this feels kind of gay, dude. He was big, dude. Yeah, they're fucking people size. Like he definitely played JUCO ball somewhere like this. You know, dude, my favorite joke I ever heard is, what's the last thing you want to hear when you're giving a blowjob to Willie Nelson? I'm not Willie Nelson. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. That'd be the fucking worst. What the fuck? That'd be the worst to be giving a blowjob to Willie Nelson. Dude. He's like, I'm not Willie Nelson. Who the fuck are you? Oh my god. Oh, geez. How big is a wiener dog? About this little. Like the camera. About that big. And if you had to compare it to your actual wiener, who wins, you think? To an actual wiener? To your actual wiener. You're the guy with the wiener. The rest of us are just kind of milling around in the area. Right. You know what I'm saying? The rest of us are kind of fucking loitering, dude. You're the fucking fire truck, you know? We're the guy running with the pail of water. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, damn, now this shit is getting a little... That shit's beautiful, but that's getting a little crazy. That's Team the Weenie. And where was this at, dude? Was this at a P.F. Chang's? And where is this? That's at my old house in Calabasas. Oh, that is pretty cute. Yeah, we must have just got her. Oh, yeah, you can tell. She's a little bit bigger now. I think you saw her earlier. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. This looks... She's teeny, dude. Illegal, but also cute. Yeah.
Little wine is good. It's good for the heart. Doctors say. Pregnant ladies.
Can they really? Yeah, but you see the babies?
They're pretty fucking awesome when they come out.
I'm gonna say this, dude. A lot of them have real pale skin and they're gingers, which are good citizens of the society. And they wear North Carolina jerseys, so they fucking go hard, bro.
I know there's so many much more talented people, like fuck those naturally talented people that are just so awesome at everything. You know, Justin Bieber, I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'll name them right now. Justin Bieber, John Mayer,
sure,
Ric Flair, okay, Lil Debbie, okay, yeah, absolutely, yeah. That cake bitch, if people call her on Reddit, I didn't say it. And who else? Probably. Oh.
Count of three. Jesus Christ.
Oh, damn, dude.
Look, we'll bat him. Fuck Paddington Bear.
Were you there when she was born?
I pulled her out of the coochie. No, yeah, they did. They let me bring my katana in.
What kind of shoes did you wear?
Closed-toed, obviously.
Anybody that wears closed-toed shoes to their child's birth is obviously, first of all, a Jimmy Buffett fan.
Well, fuck yeah.
Living on umbilical fluid.
I like fucking,
Step on a hot top. That's crazy. Was it hard to make the choice to have a child?
No. I've been horny for a long time. I made a baby with my jizz, and it's fucking awesome. Like, I was saying, I pulled her right out.
No way you did.
By the head, I did. I got
fluffed up.
And they let you do it? There's not somebody there? Is there a lifeguard or something?
Well, I don't know. My doctor was such a baller.
He was?
I don't know if it's gotta be.
Would you meet him on the app or whatever?
Yeah, well, she was. What app?
I'm just joking.
That app.
It sounds like my doctor was such a baller. Like, where did you guys meet?
I met her on WikiFeed, actually. So she had a 4.8, and I was like, this is good enough.
Oh, my bad.
But she was like,
sorry, I'm joking too much. Is your and is the mom awake during this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
She's full awake.
She's not on her phone or anything, is she?
She's on Clash of Clans. Like, get this shit out of
Sorry, man. I don't think your daughter's gonna watch it. Like, that guy was an asshole. My favorite is when Jelly Roll wins an award. He gets up there and he's like, I want to say to everybody, right now there's somebody out there who's got no arms and no legs living under a bridge. And I want to tell you, in 2 short months, you can be winning a CMA and everybody's just bawling.
He'd be a great WWE.
He would? Oh, he just did WWE.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did. Pull it up. Jelly Roll
Yeah.
on him, brother. He put the double eclair on somebody. That was his finishing move, I think.
The double eclair?
Or I think it was like the dirty,
The double eclair.
He put something on somebody. He put the fucking crispy bear claw on somebody, I think.
Awesome. What's your finisher?
My finisher would probably be the, I would hold somebody down and cry directly in their eyes. It would be very primordial. I think it would be very, like, maybe there would be ancient poets that would enjoy it. Everybody else would be like, what's going on? Or I just crying about till they drown. That would be
That's fire. That's hard.
There's so many great musicians here in Nashville. You don't even realize it.
There is so much talent here in every crack and crevice, and it's insane. I can't, like, walking down the street.
Oh, dude, and you'll fall, you'll hurt, you'll fall over, you'll sprain your ankle or something, and somebody will pull out a violin and write a song about you dying right there, and you're like...
It's never happened to me.
But I'm just saying, it's so musical here. Anything happens.
Yep.
You kiss your girlfriend on the cheek, some guy pops up, and he's like,
That's a song.
Love?
That's a song.
Baby,
Well, that's the deal. It's like you just go to Losers.
Yeah.
And someone will say, that's why I want to hire, not a writer.
Let's hear about this.
Just get an old guy. Hire an old guy. You don't gotta pay him as a songwriter. He just knows all the one-liners. And
like he records what's going on?
Everything he says. No, you just ask him a question and he'll say something and you're like, oh, that's a song.
Awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone wise.
Like that wouldn't sit piss. Like old guys always say something.
That's a song, dude.
Yeah.
That wouldn't sit piss. Is that a thing?
I've heard, old people always say something, you know, like that dog wouldn't sit piss. Like, what is that? What?
What? Yeah, but that's a song. That's what we just go get Lil Hammered at Losers and just talk.
Yeah.
And that's how songs come about. You know, someone will say something so dumb, but the melody was sick. And you're like, oh, let's run with that. Like, just change that word. Change from sit piss to shit piss.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's a hit. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Oh, I know how hits work. That's amazing, man. Brookstone. Well, not Brookstone. What's the bookstore?
Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and Noble.
All right, dude. All right. There's a better way to say that.
Or Borders Books, which Kamala Harris hasn't visited the whole time she's been in office.
Yeah. I mean, how would you approach that? I was a kid. Your wife is allergic to the fucking, cat. And I'm your kid. Be real. Don't do comedy. Don't do comedy.
Okay. I would probably get a
So I'm your dad. I'm your son.
Okay.
Hey, Dad. No, you have to
do it. Sorry, just do it like me.
I don't know. Like, you don't have to have an Asian accent.
I don't know what country we're in.
No. You're you.
Okay. Got it. I didn't know
I don't know where you're going to have an Asian accent.
I don't know what country we're in.
No, we're in America. Who gives a fuck?
Well, give me a setting, dude.
All right, yeah. Well,
Okay.
I have to be that specific.
Yeah, you're just okay.
You live in Nashville.
Okay.
Your wife is white.
You're my son.
Yeah, I'm son. I'm not Asian.
All right.
Make believe that I'm your biological son.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, Daddy.
Hey, Chucky, what's up? How was school, Juan?
School was great, Dad.
I hear they're holding you back again.
They're holding back, like father, like son, Daddy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Gang them up.
Gang them up. Okay, I love you,
Yeah,
Chucky.
Dad.
I want to tell
gang them up.
I know we had a cat here yesterday.
Yeah. So where's Tommy?
Your mother's allergic to cats.
Oh, so where's Tommy,
Mom
Daddy?
gets sick.
I understand.
If we have cat, Mom gets sick.
I know, but where's Tommy now?
Tommy is gonna be at your aunt's house, and you can go play with him in the afternoon. That's it. Now your aunt drinks a lot of wine, and she gets a little handsy with the kids, you know? She gets what they call Franzia hands.
Yeah, Daddy, I don't need to know the specifics of like what my auntie's behavior is gonna be like. Is she gonna hurt when she gets drunk? Is she gonna hurt Tommy?
No, she just might love him as much as you do.
Right, because I know that my cousins have all black eyes because, you know.
Your cousins are black. That's why.
Oh, they were adopted. I forgot, Daddy.
So you just gotta roll with me here.
Yeah.
All
I
right?
love black people, Daddy. You taught me that.
Amen, brother. I'm gonna go inside now.
What? Can I come inside today?
Huh? You relax out here.
No, Daddy, can I come inside today?
You relax.
I know. Why do I have to sleep outside, Daddy?
You don't. Just wait till the sun comes down.
Yeah, I'll sneak in again?
Yeah.
All right, Daddy. But I wish I could just have my own room and stuff.
No, we're gonna put some treats right up on the door for you, all right? We're gonna put a craft cinnamon
I
out
love
here.
you, Daddy.
Love you too,
Gang
bro.
them, Dad.
Gang.
Gang.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good, dude.
Would you fuck Austin Butler? Would I fuck Austin Butler? No, I'd fuck Elvis, probably.
Would you have fucked Elvis?
I don't know, would you?
Cleopatra.
Who was that?
In the history of, she was the Egypt queen.
Oh, yeah. But it's hard to know what she really looked like.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But if you're gonna travel all the way back in time, you gotta smash, you feel me?
I think you'd have an easier time smashing than me.
What about Frederick Douglass?
The black guy?
Smash or pass?
Smash for sure.
Yeah.
Although he is probably,
oh, look at him.
Do you think he has a gapy butthole or no?
Huh? I don't know. I heard he's got an underground railroad. That's insane.
That's insane what you just said there.
We're going to hell.
Yeah, no, because the truth is last night, when I was with those two girls.
3 girls you were with.
No, the other one was a stray.
Well, whatever, dude.
She knew that I was gonna probably go say hi to you.
Yeah.
And she went to your show.
Well, it's funny that a stray went missing at an Asian.
I like it. Oh, yeah.
These are the blackest guys I saw in Ireland, right here.
Were you invited to this field?
No, we got there and we wanted to like just drive out into the distance. So,
Yeah.
so we stopped at a farm and a man took us and showed us out the dairy and then gave us fresh milk or whatever. And
You drank the milk straight from the cup?
we drank it straight
Did you
out
really?
of it. I mean, it felt, I don't know how old the cow was. It
Beautiful
probably
day here.
illegal, I'll be honest with you. I mean, the first sip, yeah, it's normal. But if you I had a couple sips and I'm like,
You got into it?
I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
you definitely peek around for the police after a bit, you know?
Yeah.
We had a dude in our town who got busted by the cops for being a ghost, dude. We had, so this family owned, they bought like a Ramada, and it was like it's a small motel, and it used to be nice, and now it's still nice, but it's not like swanky. They were trying to make it on the get on the ghost tour, so when people came to America to go learn about ghosts and everything, it would show up on like the ghost, like, oh, you gotta stop here, right? So they wanted to make it haunted.
Okay.
So they did like some like low-key haunty shit, like the wiring and stuff, and like it was getting a little bit of a buzz. But then they're like, oh, we're not getting enough people that love ghosts, you know? And so they would have, somebody would dress up upstairs, and they had hotel room doors that were across the hallway from each other.
Yep.
So they would open a door on each side, and when you go walk up the stairs, the person would just walk across.
Yeah.
So you'd see something, like just, what was that, you know? And, and so it was getting some heat, and people were like, holy shit, there's ghosts, and people were outside fucking hanging out and drinking Dr. Pepper, and fucking sometimes eating people, because there people would get real excited. And then they busted the guy. The guy forgot to take off his ghost sheet or whatever. He was driving home. It was the owner's son, and they fucking busted him, dude. What an idiot.
Yeah. You believe in ghosts?
For
You must,
sure,
right?
dude. Yeah, from Louisiana, we got fucking ghosts over there.
True,
dude.
yeah.
Everybody's eating trout or something, you know, even you'll hear a ghost eating something.
Yeah.
Like we have fat ghosts down there. Like
just
you'll be at the
around?
hospital and be like, yeah, there's a ghost in the other, he broke his legs.
New Orleans is Louisiana, right?
Yeah.
Ghosts are like, that's a ghost town, right?
It's a ghost town, yeah. There's ghost tours.
But yeah.
Yeah, and the crazy thing, you'll be on a ghost tour, somebody will get murdered because it's so dangerous there. That then another another ghost will show up. You're like, oh damn, that's Reginald.
Yeah, I knew him.
Yeah, he just got here. He's fresh.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes like semen, or some people call it what, I don't know what people call it or whatever, like party sauce or whatever. I don't even know if people call it, on the street or whatever. But like there was some men in our neighborhood that would kind of like meet up or whatever in like this empty swimming pool at night and smoke weed or whatever.
Whenever I hear you drop an example like that, part of me is like, did that just come from his brain, or is that like a real thing?
Oh no, that was a real thing, dude. We grew up in a very shirtless area. It was a lot of people whistling and no shirts.
Yeah, it is. I was listening to them.
I like that.
Doing their best. Do you have sex under the covers when you're married, or on top of the covers?
Under. And I'm also still on.
Have a good day.
If I did that and stepped back, took my shirt off, my tits came out, they'd be like,
oh, let me slurp on those little fucking hammocks.
You take your shirt off, don't you?
No, sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. I'll walk out of the room backwards though, because I don't like people seeing my butt, I guess. Nobody can see your butt while you're making love to them. It's just the way it's all how God did it.
If that is not the title of your biography, I object. Nobody can see your butt if you're making love to it. The Theo Von story. So you'll walk out of the room dick first. We're dick backwards. So you're like, look, keep looking there. Don't look at this.
Yeah, just like I'll
never
keep
mind
chatting.
the man. Pay attention to the man. No attention to the man behind the curtain. Your ass is the Wizard of Oz. Your dick is what they all see. Your ass is the actual wizard.
Oh yeah,
pulling levers and shit.
My wiener's the cowardly lion. Did you ever have an invention that you wanted to get done but you never had the time?
Not really, because I'm not that creative.
Really?
Yeah, I'm creative business-wise, but what's yours?
I used to think that they, like 15 years ago, I started thinking, well, what if they had, on your dashboard, you could put in something, like a CD or something, and on your dashboard, a hologram, the band would perform on your dashboard.
It'd be a little bit of a distraction, but it's cool.
Be a little distraction, but I thought it'd be so dope. And you can make it over by the passenger just for them. Yeah. That was one thing I thought. And then I thought if they had dog collars that, because there's a dog that kind of howls behind my house a lot. If you could synchronize them, you get the neighborhood or regional, you get them all the same collar, and then
that's a cool idea.
They synchronize it, makes
So
them
you
howl
put that
like
together
a
and
song.
come on Shark Tank then.
But like organized, like they would do it like.
So you know where he's at by
that dog and another dog down the street. The collar would have them both howl at the same time, so you would have almost like
the whole, like a little symphony of dogs.
A symphony.
That's funny as fuck. Yeah.
If you could do that regionally, so you say you're on the porch, you're relaxing with your wife, you're sitting there in the swing, and you can just program a little,
that'd be cool.
Some Beethoven, and then all the hounds start heating up. Yeah.
Oh,
that was a thought that I had. Like, that's one thing that's disappeared over the years, I feel like, is our imagination, because we have access at anything you want to see. You want to see two gay guys attack a squirrel or whatever in a marina or whatever. But you can Google it right now and you'll find it.
Do you like Bernie? Are you friends with him or something?
No, I met him the other day.
Was that the first time?
It was the first time.
Were you impressed by him?
Yeah.
One thing, he's still sharp, right?
Oh yeah, he's still sharp.
He doesn't suffer from what Biden did.
No.
Mental dullness.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, somebody put a merry-go-round in his head, I heard. But that's, but they didn't plug it in. They didn't tell him.
Yeah.
I've been in recovery, so like most of the last 10 years.
From alcohol?
From drugs and alcohol.
So which is worse?
For me, drugs is the problem, but if I have a drink, then it's tougher for me to prevent myself from getting.
Which is harder to quit? I've heard alcohol is harder to quit than drugs, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean I can only imagine because it's probably more readily available.
And it's social, and you're sitting and everyone's drinking and all.
Yeah, rarely do you go to a dinner and everybody's eating Xanax or something, appetizers. Usually people are having like a mint julep or something a little fancier, Negroni. I just don't know. I think I'm 77 days off of and 70 days off of master. So I've had activities, but I haven't been, touching my wiener or whatever. People that say different stuff, but I'm saying, like, I don't know what they say in your country, topping off the
wanking.
Wanking or whatever. Yeah. Thinking of the queen or whatever they say. I don't know what they say. Queen takes rook or whatever. That's like a chess move, but Dude, did you ever get to meet like Elvis Presley or anything like that?
What? Yeah.
Did you really?
No. I was born in 1995.
Oh. And when was Elvis?
That's a good
Yo, it's so
He
wild
died
to think that
77.
I'm the
Way
same
off.
age as Post Malone. Like, that's so crazy.
My bad. What's crazy? Yeah.
Do you still get erection if you're vegan or not? Like an erection? Do you still have like a?
I'm hard now, so yeah. I mean, fuck yeah. You get very hard. What would be the idea in not getting hard as a vegan?
I just didn't
not
know.
enough red meat.
Yeah, something like you don't have enough iron or whatever.
I'm on blood thinners because of the heart attack.
Does that help your wiener get hard?
No.
Can you still have houseplants if you're a vegan, or is that like a weird?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I got so nervous around girls. I just remember, well, on the school bus, I would get like erections all the time. I guess because of like the motor going.
Of course.
And they would play like music that we weren't allowed to listen to at home. It was like not sexy music, but just pop music or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I would just have to like, I just turn my whole body just like facing, just and like. Oh.
Just a constant state of arousal. In school, you mean?
That was just on the bus, dude. When I got to school, I think there was so much kind of like violence and stuff at our school that it was hard to stay erect around a lot of violence. You know?
yeah.
If there's broken glass or somebody getting beaten, I can't get an erection, you know?
Nor should you.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I'm old-fashioned or whatever, but it's like, you're tall. Are you a little taller than him or not?
I think we're about the same height.
Okay.
Yeah, which is funny, man. The weird shit people say about you on the internet. Like there was a long time, maybe even still today, if you Google how tall is JD Vance, it would say 5'7". No, it says 16.
Somebody updated it.
Yeah, somebody updated it.
Yeah.
Okay, the first headline is JD Vance is tall, but Americans are getting shorter. What the hell is the internet's a weird.
It also says Joe Biden is 6 foot sleek. I don't know if that's a height. There was a Japanese family, and I'm paraphrasing because they may or may not have been Japanese, but they were near Japan or.
Okay.
I'm at the Grand Ole Opry,
Yep.
and I'm with a Japanese family enjoying Post Malone. It was awesome.
It's pretty good. You can't write it.
Oh yeah, if I'm a criminal and they're like, hey, it's crime time or whatever, I'm gonna fucking put on my cleats or whatever. I'm gonna get out there. I was at the rapper, I would have somebody go in there, with a couple choppers on them, everything, Dracos, everything, guns, fucking yeah, whatever the hell, bro. Magic metal, fucking ninja stars, all of that shit.
I mean, you just pray for the best.
Facts. I would have everything, bro. I'd have somebody just walking around, look like they were in one of those video games where they have all the weapons behind them like that.
Like when they get ready to go to war, they take all of the weapons and then they don't use none of them.
Even cops now, they got so many things on them. They got a taser, they got a gun, they got a slingshot, they got a pepper spray, they got a fucking, a thing of marbles. They got all kind of shit on them, bro. They got
I've never seen an officer with a bag of marbles.
But they got so many things now, bro. You got a camera, they got a little spatula, a thing with just breath with it. Dude, he's just shooting Mentos at people. They got, I couldn't even imagine running around with all that stuff on them now.
Yeah, they do. They got a chase for there. A lot of it's crazy. On top of the vest, that's how it is.
Yeah, they're building like a 7-Eleven and they got to run around and chase everybody down. It's too much.
Everybody will get away from you. Yeah. I'll catch you eventually.
Hey, I'll catch you in the future.
Yeah, don't let me see you again. I will.
You must get so many, dude. Every girl I know, my brother's wife, my ex-girlfriend, every woman is looking for you. So I don't know if I'm sure you have, how many ring cameras do you have?
Yeah, we got the cameras in the house at home. Yeah.
You get massages a lot.
I do.
You're good for yourself.
Yeah, they really are. I think having somebody touch you that's not trying to
That's not sus.
that's not, trying to be a pervert or
Depends
whatever.
on the massage you're getting.
The places I go, I tell them immediately when I go in there, do not.
You really do that.
Oh, I tell them straight up. I
Seriously.
say, yeah, because
Do you feel like you have to?
I just don't. I want clear communication between me and anybody that's touching my body. And if we have a language barrier, I'll even draw.
You draw. How do you draw it? What do you draw?
Well, I'll draw like kind of a human body.
Okay.
And then I'll draw kind of like the middle area.
How long would you say this is taking you? Like, how long?
Well, For me, it takes a little while to draw it, and then I'll put a big X over the middle.
That's what you do.
Yes,
I can see it.
If there's a language.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I watched a documentary about Katrina the other day.
You did?
Now I'm upset. Do you remember it?
Yeah, dude. My friend was a news reporter during Katrina. He lived in Baton Rouge, so they had to take him by helicopter every day into New Orleans, and then helicopter him out.
No way.
So he'd be there like interviewing people that were like. He's like, where are you sleeping tonight? They're like, we don't know. He's like, all right, I got to get on this helicopter and leave.
That's fucked up.
No, I
Can you
didn't.
sing?
There's one video of me singing. Yeah, I'm singing with this.
This is you?
It's a while back.
Wow, different haircut.
Yeah, cool. Church.
There's no way.
That's not really. Sorry.
That's not you?
Hell no,
That's not you? That is you.
That guy looks like Midley. Well, I think it looks like me, but that guy does.
Theo, that's you.
I pray one day that God turns me into that.
Do you have a cousin?
I don't know. But if he is, I'm going to take his life and his skills. And I'm going to become that.
You're related to him. Y'all are, have you talked to your mom?
Yeah, not as much, but that's just our history. But,
What's your For You page like?
me?
Yeah.
A lot of just positivity, a little bit of tits, probably, honestly, to be honest with you. But I'm just joking. I mean, I don't know. I've been on there in a while.
We now know that the brain actively grows and changes till we're about 25. So if you think of a newborn baby, it can't do anything. And within 18 months...
It's ridiculous. If you look at it, this is ridiculous, you know? Like, you would never draft one on your fantasy team or whatever, you know? It's bad. But anyway, go on. I mean, I like what God does, but some of that is... Yeah, no, they get so rich they can afford to just be gay for
anything
fun.
they want.
Yeah, you know? Like the Romans did it. Like, you know, they say that they did it. Or there's people like financial gays, power gays. There's like...
I've heard that before.
Oh, really? Or like blind gays. There's even... Oh, dude, I'm not gay, but I'll hold it in my mouth until the gay guy gets there. That's something that you would hear sometimes at church. Definitely felt like this guy at the shipyard who's just gonna fucking show you what's going on.
Yeah, I hope so.
You know?
I hope so. My voice
And
is
his
blown
girl,
out,
she better pay attention.
yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Kids are not real. They all wear fucking shirts now. Every little kid at the beach wears a fucking sun protector shirt. It's like, let me see your pecs.
There, you know, I will say there is a sex scene. There is a sex scene. And it was probably my favorite. I wrote the movie, like I said, with my friends. And
So of course you write in the sex scene, dude. I used to. I used to have acting class, and I would just like we'd have to do scenes and stuff, and I would always bring a scene where there's like possibly making out.
That's
And
hilarious.
sometimes it would just be like two people are walking and they're in an argument, and then for no reason they kiss.
You wrote it.
And chicks would all be like, "This is crazy."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it is, dude.
Janet presses her tits against Mark vigorously. I'm like, don't add actions, please. I just think it should be clear. I think it should be clear it's a vigorous tit press.
People being on a bus, dude. I used to ride Greyhound. That'll make anybody want to take their life. I used to go work on a farm up in Natchez, Mississippi in the summer, and I'd take a Greyhound up from Baton Rouge, and they put all the inmates on there. There's a lot of like missing people on there. Like I remember a dude came up and he was like, "Have you seen me?" He said to me. I'm like, "You sound damn missing, dude." It's just like, that's a crazy thing to ask. Yeah. It's like being in the opposite of a hospital. Oh, dude, every row of the Greyhound bus thing gets senior. First it's weed, and then 4 rows later they're doing like abortions and like term, but still, like it's like it gets real dicey, dude. A lot of people on there, just testing pills on each other. A lot of people, making their a lot of people drinking their own bathwater. I had a dude selling 40 proof bathwater once. I didn't have a lot, but I had a little. It kind of had peppermint schnapps vibe too. How many children lose out on a father because it's late?
Right, because JetBlue doesn't want to fucking fly direct to Akron.
Everybody know Drewski a character.
Drewski's the best, man. I did me and Drewski did a fake movie. It was like a fake movie, like that we made. This shit was messed up. So the family is called the Diggers, is their last name, right? Drewski wrote it.
Okay.
So we're at one of them. The dad dies. It's Drewski and his sister. They're inheriting a funeral parlor, and then I'm married to Drewski's sister.
Okay.
And so I'm getting part of the funeral parlor.
Okay.
And they're not happy about it. But anyway, we're at the funeral of the dad, the guy that died, and the last name is, his name was Nathan Digger, right? And so I had to make a speech in front of all these people, and it was like, man, I don't say this right now, but I was like, man, this is the best pigger we ever had in the whole world, right? And it was a room full of black folks in it, and I didn't know any of them. And Drewski and them are in the back just howling, bro. And I'm just having to I had to do it like 15 times.
Oh, yeah.
Finally, I was like, man, I can't do this.
Yeah, you got awkward after a while.
Yeah, bro, right.
That's like, even if I know that you're saying this other word, after like the 7th time, it starts to sound like the other word, you know?
Dude, it got really scary even for a little while. We had an Eclipse, Mitsubishi Eclipse, but it wouldn't turn off, right? You couldn't turn it off. So you had to just...
Siphon gas?
No, you just had to keep putting gas. So we keep like...
Hold on. It never turned off.
You could, but you'd have to it was so hard to get back on. So we'd keep like extra cans of gas at the fucking parking space. We had an underground parking space. Yeah, but that bitch, we would keep a couple cans of gas because it got great mileage. You could fucking keep it going.
I think the mileage is if you have to keep the gas just to keep it running.
I would drive that bitch over to Loyola University. I'd drive that bitch. In New Orleans, yeah. And since you kept it running, you could park in a weird, like other guys just coming and going.
And how long would it be there idling?
Fucking 2 hours. I'd fucking be in class. I'd be in class, dude. But it was kind of nice right when you got to it, got right in.
Sure. You don't have that hassle of doing this. Turning your fucking forefinger 1 inch.
But it was a flex to the lady, like, damn, that guy's a chauffeur.
Keep it running. Yeah.
Like it's him.
Yeah. It's you from the past. But that's my chauffeur.
Chauffeur. Sorry, guys, my ride's here.
My ride's here. No one stole it, huh?
No. I guess, sometimes I'll put the flashers on. I think it's like psychology there, you know? Sure. It's a lot of General Sherman.
Hiding in plain sight.
Very much. Very much of the Algonquins. How they behave.
I sold a nude calendar. I was like, basically a feature. This was the first thing that ever made me money. I've been doing a calendar for legitimately probably, I think 9 years.
Really?
Yeah, it's the 2025.
Oh,
dude,
it's already out.
It's all, you can already buy it, the 2025.
Look at the calf on this guy.
You like that, dude?
Look at
it's popping.
Kettlebell you're hiding.
It's popping, brother. Yeah.
Wow, you got that Rogan head down there.
Nuts and calves, that's all I got.
Oh.
Fat nuts and calves, and,
Oh.
And
is this real?
Yeah, I'm on fucking Mount Everest right there. That's me. That's some beautiful. Some of it's real. Some of it is the work of my brilliant producer Benny Buttcheeks, Ben O'Brien, who also directed my special. He helped me with the calendar as well. September, of course.
The get heads me right there. Wow.
Now, if you zoom in on those, there's a lot of fun.
A lot of fun things to see, right? The set, right? It adds to
Moby Cock.
Do you?
Les Chiserables.
Oh, then from the books on their bookshelf.
We have Halloween right there.
Oh, yeah.
I would just fucking sell it on Instagram, like mail it personally to people.
For sure.
Like I had just like sell it out of the back of my fucking trunk.
Oh, it'd just be 12 Polaroids here, God, whatever. And you just put a different month on each one. You're like, but what if you only had 11 Polaroids? It was like January, February, spring.
Yeah.
Do you ever audition other men to be in it? Because I was wondering if there should be more. I mean, you do a great job, right? But would there ever be the possibility to creating something around the idea of getting other men in there?
Interesting. A diversity of body types.
Yeah.
I did think at one point to make it like a collaborative calendar where every month there's like a it's a different type of person, you know, like maybe man, maybe women, some non-binary motherfuckers, just some different body types, just like
Sagittarius, whatever.
yeah, get them all.
Barbecue lovers.
Some centaurs, some half
short legs, long life.
Short legs, that is true. The taller you are, the quicker you die.
Is it? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, short people live longer.
Bring them down!
yeah. Enjoy all that poop, you 6'6" guys.
You're getting nice, dude.
Now, I'm not going to go into the obesity metrics right now. We're just going to keep it just on height. I'm going to take my wins where I can get them, brother.
This ain't about me, dude. This is not about me. Some people say fat, some people say foundation.
That's right.
Yeah.
A good foundation.
Yeah.
Not to be over in the wind.
Or the Greeks, the blacks, or some people say that the Greeks are the blacks here.
What's that?
Huh? Bring up someone. Just Google. No, I will say that all the time. I'm serious. You'd be wandering past an olive shop, and you'll hear the door will open, and you'll hear somebody.
Are you talking about your internal monologue, Theo? Are you talking about every time you see a Greek person? That's what you think?
I'm just saying. There is a lot of people call them black olives. Okay, that's all I'm saying. There's a lot of conversation about black olives.
Sure. Hey, I'll take that with pride. Black people are the cool. They
make things cool.
They're the culture drivers of America without question. In some ways, I guess that's maybe ancient Greece. What's democracy if not the original hip hop? You know what I mean? How everything filtered out from there. Kind of, the same way.
Love it when you call me Big Socrates.
yeah. The same way music's been taking from black people forever. Everyone's kind of been taking our shit between philosophy and democracy.
There's a Pompeii.
Pompeii, I believe, was that Roman Empire?
Don't be a hater.
Fuck Rome.
No,
they
fuck
took
Rome.
our shit.
Some people think it's in Greece. So, don't kill her.
That Louisiana public school system.
Cheaper globes.
Cheaper globes if they're from 1820.
30 countries.
They mash Europe together. Yeah.
So no comment on that, huh?
I say I'll take that. Like I said,
some people are just real creeps when it comes to eating. I've had owl, and I don't know if you can say it or not, but
no, you can't.
Well, I didn't.
You just did.
I didn't have it.
You had an owl? You just said you did, though.
Huh?
You just said you had an owl. Did he not just say he had an owl?
I didn't do it.
Wait a minute.
I think he said you.
No, I didn't say eagle, dude. If I did, it was a wigged eagle. I don't eat all eagles. No, but I did have. We had owl. My sister had reeled up 2 owls.
You just said you
was
didn't.
Was it fried?
I thought we could say it.
Sorry,
Ronnie did it.
No.
I eat anything.
You're a freaking owl eater.
A bald eater.
I didn't have a lot.
Well, you didn't have a lot.
There's not a lot to them. That's the trick.
You didn't swallow?
I mean, I didn't inhale. They're the frogs in the animal kingdom, of the bird kingdom. Owls are frogs in the bird. Once you pull that skirt up, and I've done some things in my day, but even just to look, it's.
We're letting you run with it.
Hold up, what I'm talking about. Let's at least see the. So we just the owls.
Did you Photoshop the eagle out?
They were of age too. Asian Christmas too. That's that Bobby Lee lunch whistle, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's that Bobby Lee mating call right there.
Doing, not going. How's everybody doing?
And you see Bobby Lee just looking up in the distance behind a big stack of like a big rice wall or something. You can see him looking up.
Oh, what's this guy doing?
And that's beautiful there, right there. Basketball is a gateway drug to...
Damn, that's a nice truck.
Just a brotherific type shit. Go out into your neighborhood right now dribble a basketball in the street, see if a couple brothers don't show up. You know, that's that. Just you hear a basketball banging on that street. That's the Michael Jordan made it call, cuz. You know, that's how it is, man. You put a rim up anywhere, and you gonna get some black friends, man. That's not a racial thing. That's just facts. You put a basketball rim up anywhere, and you gonna have some brothers show up. You put that bitch up in the ocean, you'll have a couple wet brothers out there just double drowning out. Do a Asian people like hide and go seek. That's easy, man. You know, and that's wild, bro. You know, look at an Asian. Look at any resting or sitting Asian, resting Asian, or AARs or whatever, Asians at rest. Look at one. Bring up a couple, right? Go to any of these folks and say, you keep counting, I'll go hide. Because Asians got that clock in them, dog. So that's something you could do to meet some Asians right there, man. When I was getting into life or whatever, they had a lot of Wiggers out there. And no cap, bro, Wiggers used to be the thing, bro. You know, Thomas Jefferson was a Wigger, bro. Real talk. And people don't want to, people don't want to say that shit, but he was, man. But now they got blonkies even. They got blonkies out there. You got a lot of black dudes that want to be white or having more white stuff go on in them, you know? I mean, I saw a brother crying in his car the other day outside. That's the whitest shit you could do. Got that bitch. I don't know if it was a damn spark plug or it was a motor joint or whatever. He was a damn clevis person, and he came and pulled that bitch right out of there, dude. Yeah, that car barely worked out there. You had to turn the radio up to get it to go left. Every time that you wanted that bitch to go left, you had to fucking crank up some Aerosmith and pray. So 2 people had to be praying in the back. It ran on 4 hands power. You had to have four hands pushed together, praying straight to God. Crank up that Aerosmith, bam, son, 90-degree right turn. It was a crazy year. It started off, you know, shit was weird, and then things got kind of trans or whatever, and then suddenly it's Christmas.
Hey, dear, this is Big Red. I just want to preface by saying I'm not racist, but lately I've been hanging out with, some brothers, and I sneezed a couple times, but
sneezed, okay? You've been sneezing.
I've noticed that I've been sneezing around outside, and they don't say bless you. And I don't know if it's like a me thing. I don't know if it's like hard to look tough, like it's saying bless you, like. I don't know, I've been trying to say bless you in the mirror in a tough way, and I gotta admit, it's a really hard task to do, like...
Okay, I think I see what you're saying. You're saying a lot of brothers, they don't say bless you when you sneeze. Well, I mean, I think that's just life, bro. I mean, brothers been through a lot of shit historically, man. Brothers and female brothers, too, the sisters, they've been through some shit, man. Get a history book, dog. So they ain't worried if somebody can't handle a little pollen or something. Somebody sneezed. They're worried somebody goes into prison. You know, that's when they drop some bless yous on them. They worried they can't get the pain out of the culture. That's when they'll yell a bless you. They save some of their bless yous for Sunday. But it's white folk, somebody sneeze. Bless you, Ernie. Bless you, Nathan. That's because black folk, just because somebody can't handle sitting near a tulip or something, or somebody get a little activated, their lungs flare up around a fern, that ain't
That's a little bit more white trauma than it is a black trauma, I think, you know? Some white dude's like, oh, them azaleas, I can't breathe. Like you the floral George Floyd or something, man. Get your shit together, man. Get you, and don't bother a brother to say bless you because your white ass having trouble with some dandelion dander. Okay, get it together. Your soft ass can't breathe for half a second. You want God to help you. God, come on, man. Come on, man. So I think that's just, look, man, that's a cultural thing, and I think you gotta let that lie where it lies, baby. That's what I believe. Praise God, man. Thank you for the call, though. Like, I remember my first concert I ever went to was Marilyn Manson, right? And this dude took us, and yeah, right, he was like a, I guess he was like a pedophile or whatever. We didn't know he was, right? So he was just a guy we knew who was also a pedophile, but we didn't know that part. But anyway, he took us over. He's like, I can get y'all tickets to Marilyn Manson. We just started listening to him. I think we're probably about 14. And this dude dropped us off there, and we were the only people underage that were in there. Like I think it was probably an 18 show. Dude, we're in the bathroom peeing, and somebody goes, "What are these kids doing in here?" Oh my God. And then somebody else from another stall goes, "Don't worry, somebody." Oh, that's what somebody said, dude. Richard Slangenstein.
Did he go in with y'all?
No. He went to gamble. And he was just a real.
Oh, he was a known pedophile.
Oh yeah. He hadn't won awards or whatever, but he was Let's go.
Other consultancies?
It's great to be in here. Miss you too. You look well. Yeah. Thank you. What's well with the sunglasses, bro? Huh? The sunglasses, bro. I've been watching poker on ESPN. Oh yeah? Yeah, they do it. Have you ever seen it? Oh yeah. Well, I've seen poker before on television. Well, they do it on there. It's called Element of Disguise. Ah, so I don't know what your eyes are doing. It's like, you know, he has a good pokey face under that. I have a Pokemon. Let that dude loose around an aquarium, bro. But bro, little fucking lunchbox salmon. Bro, sorry, you're attacking me, dude. Well, but here's a snake to me, you get attacked. Oh, hold on, we'll talk about that in a second. Sure will. See if this is a good face. Mail glue on your fingers at the post office. All right, so we're playing poker, right? Yeah. I got fucking 4 aces in my hand. Is that good?
That's amazing.
Pretty amazing, right? How many aces are there in the deck? You're playing with one deck? No, there's 3 decks. Oh, you're doing all right. Yeah, I'm still doing pretty good, right? So let's say I know, and I'm putting money if I'm trying to hide that I have this hand, right? See if this face is good. Is it good?
Yeah, that was great, dude.
No. I'm throwing the chips, bro.
How much money you put in? Are you?
Here's what. I'll do. Is that what you said?
The person before he puts 500. You can call it.
Yeah.
You can raise it.
Okay, how about that?
How much is the pot already?
Oh, let's say like
25 grand.
It's just him and one more person.
Him and deal.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go 500. I up it another 3,000.
It's too obvious.
That good?
Yeah.
Your head moves slowly.
Double it. No, I'll match it. Right? Watch. I'll match it. Is that good? No, I just did it. I'll do a turn, right?
Yeah.
I'll look at the guy, match it. Okay.
Ooh.
Then I'm gonna do this. You do that?
It's the tongue.
Yeah.
God damn, I'm hot. Fucking summertime hit us with full force.
So I do things for a chuckle, right? So when you saw the dishes.
roam free like I'm cow. You're in a one of those things. These things. Oh, I mean a stalker. What do you call those though? Stop. The stocks. My bad. I'm not medieval. My bad. Yeah. I'm gonna stop. You're the stocks. And so I'm gonna. Okay, let me have the first line. Okay, it's raining. Into the water. Oh yeah, I didn't know it was gonna be. That's so parched. No worries, choppy. What you call it? Nothing going. I'm just making sure you're okay. I think they're gonna do something tomorrow, like hang me up or something. I don't think hang you is like a surprise party. I think. Oh, it is. Yeah. It's the birthday or nothing. Yeah, but it's like a big day for you. Yeah. Is it one of my? I have a feeling it's gonna be one of my last days. Oh, it depends on how you look at it like that. That's why I'm actually here right now to talk to you about Jesus Christ. Yeah, no thanks. Oh, come on, guy. Good guy, no thanks. Look, guy. But listen, can I just say, guy? Yeah. What's your name again? My name is Reggie. Can I call you Master Reggie then? I mean, yeah. Master Reggie, so I'm gonna see what I can do. I can probably come back tomorrow night and help you tonight. I can just give you water and also have this small bag of fresh pears. Oh, I love pears. Thank you. I know you do. Can you slice them? Because I have my hands. I can't. Yeah, I'll slice them. Okay. But if they're gonna hang me tomorrow, then what's tomorrow night? What is I gonna do? Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, you're gonna be a little late. Can you say something inspirational? Yeah, comfort me. I'm gonna tell you this: that even though a lot of the books and stuff just show that God just has like a lot of white people in heaven, that everybody's allowed in heaven, and that you're gonna be up there, and that you're gonna be a king. Will I be able to go to the white sections of heaven? You can stop by. Yeah. But also there's some black. Is it roped off or is there? I don't get it. Is there a fence up there? Dude, the only thing roped off is gonna be you tomorrow. I'm just joking, guy. It's just a surprise. Oh man. Okay, well, you gonna be there at the party? I'll be there. Cool. But don't look me in the eyes. Can I just say something about the scene? I really didn't feel comforting. I think that you're nicer than that. Okay. I know. I'm being real. I think this is my honest truth. Okay. And when I said that you were one of the good ones, I really meant it. I believe that if I was in prison, that you would be really caring. You would have tears in your eyes, and you would really care. I don't know if you can do that as an actor. I don't think you have that kind of depth. Like Johnny Depp? Yeah. But I'm just letting you know that we joked around just now, but in real life, I really believe that you would make me cry. Oh, thank you so much, sir. Okay. You can't do it now, I don't think. I might be able to. I don't. Really? Let's try it. Really? All right, so I'm going to be real, too, because... Okay. So, here we go. Is this taped? Yeah. Okay. Sir. I think you're going to kill me tomorrow. Can't laugh at me. You're... The way you looked at me was so fucking funny. It wasn't funny, dude. All right, let's do it again. Sorry, it's not funny. You're gonna cut. Let's do a scene, all right? But the way you looked at me was so sincere. It made me laugh so hard. So let's start, all right? All right, I'm gonna. Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. You fucking piece of shit. All right, just look away from me and turn to me like that when I say my line. That's what I know. Yeah, let's get another shot at it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sir, I got the white dude. I don't know if he was your brother or whatever. He goes, I'm gonna hang you. You gook tomorrow. You flat-faced gook. I'm scared. Time for you to die, you little fucking snap pig. Is that it? That is it. I'm gonna try again. No, that Troy, baby. Yeah. It's like that one fucking vampire movie. Remember that one for 30 Days a Night or whatever, bro? No, not 28 Days. It was like 30 Days a Night. You never seen Dracula? You're not fucking Dracula, man. With Vin Diesel? Vin Diesel, no way, man. What movie are you talking about? There was a movie called 30 Days a Night, whatever.
Chronicles of Riddick?
No, not Chronicles of Riddick, baby. 30 Days a Night. Yeah, and it was basically, dude, it was in Alaska, bro. You remember it? Oh, I know you saw them out. Yeah. And that one dude, what's his name? The white Gold Rush? No, not Gold Rush, bro. Gold Rush? And the kids used to sit, throw, not snowballs, ice rocks. Oh, wow. ice box. Like, ice being me. People being me. Fuck, my bad, man. I had an ice cream collection at my house. I knew you said it would be your guy. I can see you collecting ice cream. And people were like, hey, here's another one. Thanks, guys. Yeah, it hits my head and I go, thanks. Yeah. Oh, this was shit that was your dog. No, dude. No, they used to do it violently. I would never do that to you, dude. If you were my friend, I probably would have put you in like one of those wagons, you know? Those red wagons. Yeah, I know. It said Chinese buddy on the side of it. And I would have hooked you to my bike, dude. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. So, like, you have a rich. Oh, yeah. Yeah, sitting in there. That's really nice. And we go on a big chocolate ride every day. Oh, this is sweet, dude. I'm going to wish you well and make it. Yeah.
And then you said like, I'm gonna go pee outside. I go, the bathroom's right here. And then now I want to pee outside. You prefer peeing outside?
Dude, I remember when I was a child, man, I was so scared. I remember this as a kid, like, I would get so scared at night that I would pee. I remember hearing that wolves, like, if they had wolves in your area, that if you peed, then they wouldn't come around the urine because the wolves would mark their area. Yeah. What I'm talking about?
You have wolves in Louisiana?
Huh? We had 2 wolves, actually, dude. And some man unleashed them on like in an area. This is a different story, but I'll tell one story at a time. But at night, I would be so scared after I heard that, I would stand on my bed and literally pee from the wall all the way around my bed to the other wall. Oh, wow. Nothing would come get me at night. That's how scared. That's smart, dude. I thought it was pretty smart.
Making a perimeter, basically,
Yeah.
around you.
In Minnesota, I had a friend named David Sieber. And David Sieber goes, let's pee in a cup and give it to my mom. And I go, I don't want to. Right? Because his mom was so cool and shit. He's like, no, she'll think it's like lemonade and stuff. Oh. And I go, I don't want to, right? And so he peed in it, right? I peed a little. We gave it to the mom. She drank it. All I remember was I was thrown out of the house. You mean like?
She drank it?
She did drink it. She drank it. She kind of threw me out, like like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Yeah, right. Threw me out. The door closed. Like Catch of the Day, almost like in Seattle, when you see those commercials in Seattle, throwing a fish. Yeah.
The auction?
Yeah, that's what it was. She threw me out, right? And I just remember like commotion inside the house. Yeah. God damn it! You know what I mean? I got big, all that kind of stuff, right? I haven't seen David Sieber for years on that. Yeah. But we should call him. I don't know anything about him, bro. You know his name.
You ever been peed on?
Oh yeah.
Are you into that?
No.
At all?
Yeah, I opened my mouth and everything.
Yeah,
I opened my mouth.
Sure?
Yeah. That's a warning sign of being into.
I've been peed on.
Yeah, this girl did it, and she was so hot. I was like,
exactly.
Yeah.
No, I totally get that.
Yeah, so I'll try. Well, I knew a girl. She used to say, "Serve me up some of that hot coffee." She would say, right, I'm not joking.
Did she want it on her
I
face?
would pee around the bed. I remember to keep the wolves out. Yeah. But then, like this, they literally got all starchy on the carpet over time. Because I peed for years. I peed probably 4 years outside my bed. Yeah. And I remember I would stack my pants full of like towels and t-shirts because I was so scared. I didn't want to get up and go to the bathroom because I thought something would get me. So I'm like, if I pee, I gotta like make it so I don't have to change my bed and stuff so I can go back to sleep. Yeah. So I just remember, man, I would just stack my underpants just full of like shirts I was never gonna wear or maybe gonna wear after those further out, so that the pee would hit like the ones I'm never gonna wear first. Yeah. The better clothes. Your mama never said anything like that smells good. I'm sure she thought that. Yeah. But there was just, I think, bigger fish to fry. No offense. No, I mean, I love fish and I like frying it, but man, I'm not, none taken, bro. But I will say you are the catch of the day. I'll say that, brother. Hey, bro, I'm right here, dude. It's like, man, you are pretty good. Good, you're a great man. Hey, thank you so much. I'm a great man, right? You're catch of the decade. Yeah. Really? Because my mom used to. Yeah, because, when I was a kid and kids used to come in, they do the eye thing, they used to stretch their eyes like this and go ching chong and all that kind of stuff. People used to do that to me too, because I have real lean eyes. They used to do it to you? Yeah. Right in the South, people used to call me Chop Boy. They used to call me Bruce Lee. Yeah, they used to call me all of that, dude.
Were you offended by it?
I'll smell the factory thunder right now, dude. It's like, yeah, it's thick. Ooh, yeah. And it's cool. You actually seem a little heartier and a little bit more resonant, I think.
And present? Who would you say?
You look slimmer. No, that's not. You said heart. I just don't think. Yeah, I can look it up on his little where the S-O-N-A-N. Resonant. Yeah, so dude, when's the last time you gone like without unloading? Deep, clear, intimate to sound. Fuck, it's me. Dang, bro, I can hit that one on the head, bro. Tending to reinforce or prolong the sound. Yeah, who wants his hammer, bro? I fucking put that nail in it once. Keep that window open. I'm gonna look at it. Okay. So what did they do to you? Anything? No. Well, they had one of them eventually got injured. I guess he got injured somehow, and then they got him a bicycle that had one of those, mothers used to have a bicycle with that baby seat on the back. Yeah. With that small baby seat. Like now they put you in like this covered Conestoga wagon, and there's like roll bars and stuff. Like I remember back in the day, you used to the kid would just be. Back there. He would just be back there. In the back. Yeah.
The rest of the world is still like that.
Yeah, like not even in the mother's sights. Like in the good luck back there. Dude, when I was in Thailand, just real quick, I saw a dude on a moped, right? He was wearing this fucking motorcycle helmet. He had a baby on his shoulder. Baby had no helmet. That's beautiful. You might as well just take the helmet off, sir, and just tie your baby to your head. Use the baby as the helmet. Right? I mean, yeah, that's fate practice right there. Right. You don't put a helmet on a baby? Yeah. That's risky. That's risky, right? And then one of these guys was mentally challenged, and he got a bicycle eventually, and they gave him. The bike had a mother's baby seat on the back. And I had never met anybody that was gay. They didn't have a lot of gay people in our area, and if they did, we didn't know about it until we were older.
Where did you grow up?
In Louisiana. And they didn't come by. And also, when you grow up in like a rural area, like nobody really cares if somebody's gay. It's not like they're running around like they don't have a gay pride parade, because there's only 2 gay dudes. And if they meet up in the street, they're probably just gonna fuck a little kid. Yeah, they're not gonna put together a whole parade for everybody. Right. So, people said that this man was a homosexual, and they didn't have, and everybody's like, what? And they said he had a husband, like a little husband that left him. He was just sitting in that back seat.
Oh.
So there was always like a ton of, not remorse really, I don't know what the feeling is, but when you saw this man go by, you were like, oh, that's so sad. That his little husband left. It's remorse. Yeah, it's remorse. Yeah. And it was just sad, because you were like, oh, this guy had a little husband that left him. And so.
I believe everything.
Like that. You could get dirty too. They had a guy of us when I was growing up who had a family member taxidermied, fully taxidermied.
That's what I want. Just mounted on someone's wall, but I get to choose my pose.
Yeah, that's very.
Yeah.
This guy had been. They had their own lawyers. He was doing like. Yeah. What? He was doing like it was like a yoga pose. Like it looked like he was doing like a prayer, or like he was gonna do. Like he was doing part of patty cake, Yeah. But they caught him right like that. But yeah. I don't really know where.
Well, what's your feeling with us, though?
Let me think. When I get around Asian people, for the first couple times, I was very, very nervous. Here's what I feel like. I feel like for me, it's really hard for me to know what you guys' emotions are. Like I know white emotion because I've been around it. It's very easy. But Asian people, I feel like they never pay attention to me. Yeah. I feel like that they don't care about white people, and I feel crazy. Really? That's insane. But they never say anything.
Yeah, well, the ones that don't speak English, maybe, they don't say anything to me either.
But it seems weird if you care. Like, I don't know, they just seem hard to interact with.
Like, look at me right now. I love you.
I love you too.
No, I really do love you.
I love you too.
As a human being.
And I love you too.
And does that feel good or no?
Yeah, I believe you.
You do believe me?
Yeah. I was lying. That was good acting. Yeah.
You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, if you died, I'd just be like, what? Theo died? I'd be like, oh, okay.
Now we should move on with my day. Dude, I know this. You guys. Dude, it's crazy, man. It's You know, and I had an AFib relation recently too.
You have AFib?
I'd had one of them. I had like a little bit of.
Because I do, because I got a procedure done too.
Ablation, bro.
An ablation, but it wasn't AFib. It was similar.
I gotta think it would be. I don't know if it's AFib. I don't know what I got. Yeah. Somebody turned up the reverb in my damn aorta.
You know why we both have that? Because we have old daddies. I'm telling you, it's a thing.
Oh, you think so? Oh, your dad was old too. I mean, leave the one. It's the one thing that we have in common. Yeah. You know, I was. And you, and then we both love you. We both love you.
And each other.
Your energy right now. I didn't say that. Yeah.
And each other.
Well, I met a Asian girl. She might have been Vietnamese, dude.
She the one?
I don't know. You met a Vietnamese? Yeah, she's a special gal. Would you meet her in Nashville or? I met her, I think indoors. I'm not sure where it was. Yeah. I met her indoors. Yeah. You met her tattoo. Or but did you meet her on an app or did you met her in real life? In real life, bro.
She's an ABG, Asian baby girl.
Oh yeah, Asian. She doesn't.
Asian ABG.
What does it mean?
I'll show you a photo of that.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me too, man. Of course, anytime. You're our family. But what I'm wondering is, how do you hit on? I want to know how Theo Vaughn hits on a woman. Like, okay, so you're at an art gallery or whatever, or a coffee shop.
Let's play it out. Your art gallery.
I'm a girl. I'm the
Asian girl.
Your Asian baby girl.
Hello.
Yeah, what's your name though, Harriet?
No, not Harriet. A Vietnamese woman named Harriet.
Oh, I know what it is. Well, I don't have an accent.
No, ABG is another American girl.
Yeah, all right.
Sort of that.
They just say, they're like Harry Styles. Yeah, that's what they say all the time. That's probably her name. Or ask me what my name is. Ask me, I'll just make something up. Go ahead.
Go ahead, approach her.
Okay, what is it?
So you approach her.
You asked me. You don't know what my name is yet. Good evening. Good evening. Or what time is it? Sorry, I can't. No, that's good. That's fine. Keep it that, right? Okay, good evening. It's noon. Oh, well. It doesn't matter. Time doesn't matter.
Plainfield, Connecticut.
Yana. Oh, hey, Yana. Nice to meet you. My name's Theo, and I saw you from across the room, actually. Oh, hi. Yeah, I was just wondering if do you go out a lot around here, or do you stay indoors? Do you go out? Yeah. What do you do?
Well, I just do, I like being indoors because I wake indoors. I sleep indoors.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, but to go out, and I like milk. Oh. Yeah, so, I'll wake up and have this strong urge to drink some milk. All right?
Yeah.
I'll do a skip to the store.
Yeah.
Get some homogenized whole milk.
Oh, so you're athletic, huh?
Yeah. And I'll just drink a whole liter for the morning. Most people, a lot of people drink coffee or a Red Bull or whatnot.
Can y'all systems handle milk well or not? Because that seems like almost like it would be,
Oh, I'm lactose, so yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yes, there's a party down there.
Mommy, just a little fire starter.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I like this a little.
what's your story? I mean,